Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, the 12th day of March, 2025, and we are coming to you live this morning. Hello, how is everyone doing?
Good.
Like to take a little roll call if I can. Pap.
Here, Michael.
Carmen.
Here.
Galvin.
Present.
Gio. All right.
Yeah.
I was taking roll call, right?
I mean, I can skip Starbucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Take that.
No. We were not criticizing. We were just wondering if you were here.
Somebody said coffee, bitch.
No, I did not.
Yeah.
I did not use that
Somebody
term.
did.
I mean, it sounds very critical.
Please pause for first swig.
Were you getting your lips ready?
Wait to let the air flow through first. Go.
By the way, that was
a good one.
That was a gulp.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
That was more than a swig.
Oh, I need a gulp.
I'd prefer to skip Starbucks.
All right, if you want, I'll just start calling the night before.
Oh, that'd be so great.
All right, that's fine.
Perfect.
I don't want to make things miserable for you.
Oh, I'm not miserable.
A little bit.
Well, you seem like
A
it.
little bit.
Gio likes
you constantly
Dunkin'.
dream about dying, but yeah,
Yeah.
you're not miserable.
If you want, I'll go the night before.
All right.
Okay.
Don't make him go the night
Oh,
before.
I mean,
I mean, what's the matter?
It's not.
with you?
Listen,
Come
Hey,
on.
listen, if
I'm
you're
not
gonna
being
go,
tortured.
if you're gonna go the night before, you might as well roll the cans down to the end of the driveway.
No, Michael, no. No.
I mean, I gotta walk my own dogs too. What's going on with you guys?
Brutal.
Jill, you smell delightful today.
what's that?
You got a little brute from Men on today.
Oh, it's this damn. I got to stop with that.
Oh, the Teakwood
Yeah.
hand sanitizer.
Tiki Brown over there.
Yeah. What do you
I
got?
didn't realize it's so strong.
It is strong.
Oh, man.
I mean, you handed me my coffee, and it was like we were in the gas station bathroom somewhere.
Yeah.
Pungent.
Pungent. This is excellent work.
Yeah.
You don't smell it?
Not really.
Yeah, your
Why do you
nose
have
got-
that?
It's just moisturizer for your hands
Why?
and also sanitizer.
Do you need him to explain moisturizer to you, or
Do you moisturize your hands?
I don't, but I
Yeah,
understand
that's
what it is.
Do you, Joe?
Yes, actually, I do.
How often?
Well,
You're
in the
carrying it
morning.
with you?
Yeah, in the morning.
Oh,
You
interesting.
know.
That's what I was doing. Yeah.
My wife said to me yesterday.
What if he has dry hands and he drops your coffee?
Yeah.
Listen, I get it. My wife said to me yesterday in the Starbucks drive-thru, I looked at my arm and it looked ashy, and I go, "Oh, I'm dry." And she goes, "Well, do you moisturize?" I go, "No." And she goes, "Why?" I go, "I'm a man." And she goes, "You're a man that looks like he spray paints his arm white." And I go, "No, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't not moisturize because of any feminine reason. I don't like the way it feels. It feels too slimy on me, and I don't
It's
like it."
funny that you bring that up. So when I was running and fell the other day and took a picture of my leg with the dirt on it and stuff, this lady wrote, "You need to moisturize
I hate
those
that.
cams."
I hate that.
So I wrote back, "I'm a man that was running for miles on a dirt trail and just fell down. Did you think my legs were going to be silky smooth?"
Right.
And then she wrote back, "Absolutely. Lighten up, Francis." So I wrote back, "Ugh, 2 comments from you that I don't like. Let's not make it 3. My finger is hovering over the block button, lady.
Yeah, and those people.
Not because you're hurting my feelings. I just don't
It's
want
just
to.
annoying.
Yeah, just
it's
shut up.
annoying. It's just annoying. I have a whole series of people that are restricted
Oh yeah.
and still insist on sending me things every day.
Yep.
And it's in my restricted folder, and I thought, how do you not see? How do you not get this?
I just write back every drum video, every dog video.
Yeah.
I've seen them.
Yeah.
Every single one.
There's some people like, this person's a big fan of the show. I don't want to.
Right. You don't want to be a dick to them.
But then I think, well, if they were a big fan of the show,
Yeah.
they would know this is this would annoy the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
goes
too.
against policy.
Right. Like,
My favorite is, I know you don't like these, but
yeah.
well, what? But
Yeah.
you know that I've already seen it.
The absolute worst is, hey, can you tell Galvin this? Or, hey,
Yeah,
why don't you tell Mike that this happened? Why don't you tell Mike yourself?
Yeah.
I just put at the Mike Calta Show or
Yeah.
at Geo Radio. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I just so they can do it. You're on your own.
Hey,
I'm not
let
your-
Galvin know this. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was your assistant.
As you know, we talked about this a couple of days on the show. A couple of days ago on the show. Our friend Brian Knobs is not doing too well.
Right. Is
He's-
there an update?
Well, he's been in the hospital, and there's a chance he may lose his foot. They may have to amputate his foot, therefore changing his name to Brian Nubbs.
Right.
Jeez.
Oh, no.
And I have been trying to get the foot to see. I mean, what ultimate piece of wrestling memorabilia
Sure.
to have Brian Knobs.
That's top priority out of this?
What?
Out of Brian Knobs being in the hospital and not doing well and stuff is to see whether you can get the foot or not?
No, but I figured I'll pay for it.
Oh, okay.
And he does have a GoFundMe.
Oh, okay.
So I figured I could
Gotcha.
contribute to the GoFundMe.
You wash my foot, I wash yours.
Right. I have a bunch of like ring worn outfits. I have I had a Jimmy Hart jacket, but I got rid of it because I don't like him anymore. But I got a bunch of those sort of things. Can you imagine having Brian Knobs' foot, nasty foot?
Yeah. I think that trumps most things. You know what I mean? Like they could be like, well, I got Nature Boy's jacket with the
fur,
the fur and stuff.
I got Brian Knobs' foot.
Yeah. Bang.
Eventually, I think that's one of those things that like goes to auction. Like, oh, we've got Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, Dorothy's slippers from Wizard of Oz, and Brian Knobs' foot.
The only thing that would be better than Brian's foot would be his armpit for Pity City.
Oh yeah.
If I can get the corner piece of Pity City, that would be better.
What would that even look like, though?
I don't know. And also, yeah, it would be kind of gross. And you'd have
Yeah.
to take his whole shoulder. I don't want that for poor Brian.
No.
What if you get what's his name's ass that did the
Oh, Rikishi?
yeah,
Oh,
Rikishi.
the sting face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I tell you though? So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because there's a guy who is running Brian's social media right now, and he has been putting updates on what's going on. I've tried to call him and can't get a hold of him. We should try and call him later, Carmen. But on March 13th, which is what?
It's today.
Is that today?
Or tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
The 12th. Yeah.
On March 13th, they are hosting a live stream benefit hosted by Buff Bagwell, and it's for Brian. I don't know what they're gonna do, but it looks like it's gonna be DDP, Jimmy Hart, Lex Luger, Sting, Buff, Mark Miro, Goldberg, Mick Foley, Maven, the Boogeyman. It looks like there's a lot of big time wrestlers that are. I don't know what they're going to do, if they're just going to get on and talk and tell stories about Brian, or if they're all going to be together, or how that's going to work out. But you can get on there and you can donate money to his GoFundMe if you want to do that. My question is, I think he's looking for like 30 grand from the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
And he was like, had like 7 grand. If you had a really rich guy that you've been loyal to and been friends with for, I mean, wouldn't you think he would just stroke you a check for 20 grand or something like that?
You would think.
If that person was a good person, you would think that would be a no-brainer.
I mean, I'm just saying, if I was around somebody that was known as one of the most famous people in the world, and certainly for some reason or other has come into great wealth in the last couple of years, you would think that he would just stroke that check.
I mean,
Or at least be a part of the live stream. Brian does have a picture of his foot on his Instagram or on his Facebook page.
Oh, no.
It is pretty gnarly. It's
What-
wrapped up, Calvin, but the toes are really decrepit.
Better foot, him or Love Tiger?
ooh.
Good question.
I saw the picture of Knobs' foot.
That's hard to say.
Really?
I got to say, Knobs' foot looked better.
I think Knobs' foot looks better.
And they're thinking of taking it.
Yeah. Yeah, if I was Love Tiger, I'd be really scared.
Yeah,
and we don't know
sure.
that Love Tiger hasn't lost his foot since last. We haven't heard from him in so long.
He might have got caught in a tiger trap.
Yeah.
Wow.
Catch a tiger by his toe.
Knobs' foot seems like his toes are kind of crossing over, like growing into each
Crossing
other.
over to the other side.
No.
Oh.
Crossing over each other, like growing into each
Okay.
other.
All right.
Oh.
Whereas Love Tiger just looked like somebody overinflated a tire.
Mm.
You know? I don't know. That's a good question, man.
It sucks because Knobs is the nicest guy you'll ever meet.
The nicest guy.
Do anything for anybody.
Yes. And would donate that foot
Yeah.
if you really needed if somebody needed a foot.
Speaking of Lex Luthor, they just announced that he's going to be in the Hall of Fame this year.
yeah, and did you see who else?
No.
I saw Lex Luger and Michelle McCool.
Oh, yeah.
Is Michelle McCool in the Hall of Fame for any other reason other than the fact that she's married to the Undertaker?
I don't think so.
No. I mean, she was a flash in the pan. She was there for 5 minutes.
I've never heard of her.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She's pretty odd.
As a person who's outside of the wrestling world.
I mean,
Yeah, you think somebody in the Hall, Trish Stratus?
Yes.
Yeah,
Of
exactly.
course I do. Yeah.
She's hot enough to be in the Hall of Fame, though.
Hot enough, yes, but talking about the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, they have to put. I think they just pick like a woman, a diva.
There's plenty of divas, though.
Yeah,
There's
well,
plenty of divas over the years.
I think all the big name ones are already in.
Yeah.
Your Bella Twins and your Litas and all, they're in there already.
And you skip a year of ladies and you put an extra luchador in or something.
Yeah,
You go.
we barely even heard of. We don't know if it's even that person.
Yeah.
They put the mask on.
No, I know. It's so funny is that when you go to an event and there's more than one guy there wearing a mask, everybody calls that guy Rey Mysterio. No matter who it is,
Yeah.
they all think it's all
Yeah.
Rey Mysterio. That stuff really stinks.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not mad at you.
I'm gonna try and wash it off in the break.
No.
I didn't
It's
think,
too late.
I really didn't think nothing of it. I didn't realize it's so strong.
It smells like a handsome man who wants me to experiment with him. Hand me my coffee.
Yeah, I'll put my hands in my pocket. How about now?
Yeah. I don't I don't moisturize on a regular basis. I couldn't take that feeling.
I like it. Makes my hands feel really soft.
When you're doing what?
Yesterday, my wife and I were driving in the car, and she let out a gasp of "oh," and I went, "What?" And she goes, "Oh my god!" I go, "Tell me, don't you hate that?"
I
I'm
love
like,
that.
"Hey, should I be paranoid? What's going on? Should I be worried about it?" She got a breaking news story out of Land O'Lakes High School. Have you seen this?
No.
She's like, Land O'Lake High School lacrosse team where your nephew Billy plays. Coach has been arrested for what?
Oh, diddling kids.
No,
Okay.
worse.
Worse than diddling kids.
Selling
Wow.
kids.
No, not that bad.
Well,
Dealing drugs.
Would that be worse than diddling kids?
Murder over years. He's been murdering people.
No,
Serial killer.
that's really bad.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
somewhere in between diddling kids and murdering people.
Oh wow!
Murdered a kid he diddled.
whoa.
You better not say nothing.
He got
You're
arrested
dead.
for child pornography and bestiality.
Oh.
Yeah.
Evidently, there is some sort of relation with an animal that I don't really want to get into because I don't know all the details. But yeah, that's not good.
No.
That's not good.
Wow.
Put me in, coach.
How long's he been there?
Well, I called my brother
I'm
immediately,
assuming he.
and I said, "Yeah, it's he." I said, "What's going on?" And he goes, "Well, the good news is that guy left early in the season. He's been gone for a while. I guess they had some problems with him, and then it just caught up to him."
Or he knew what was coming.
But yeah, maybe.
Tried to
Tried.
stay ahead of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that weird?
Ugh.
My brother said some sort of relation with a creature.
Mm.
I don't
Do
know.
we know what kind of animal or no?
I had heard it was a dog.
I was going to say dog seems to be a go-to. I mean, it's easily accessible. And
Then I had this conversation with my wife.
what kind of dog?
Well, I said to her, I said, bestiality, like, because it said he had child porn and bestiality, so I assumed the bestiality was just also in the porn form.
Right.
I didn't think that he was actually doing it.
Yeah.
So which I still don't know all the details.
Yeah.
So then I said to my wife was like, that's, disgusting. And I said, that is disgusting. And I said, child porn. I have never seen child porn other than, and let me tell, and I guarantee you, everybody's been, maybe not you, Gio, you might be too young, but back in the day, when I had my compact Presario computer, and you were downloading porn, it would be like blonde girl with big boobs, and then you click on it, and it would have to it would be all black. And
Oh,
it would
yeah.
take all time to digitize and on
Like one line at a time, it would
Yeah.
go back and forth.
and then by the time it got to you were like, that's a guy. I got full, they would mislabel a couple of those. So one time when I first got a computer, I'm talking like 1991, I had seen some images that I'll never be able to get out of my mind. What are you laughing at?
That was the year I was born.
Oh, yeah. yeah.
He's downloading porn. Carmen's not even here.
But on the bestiality tip, I've seen way more of that online over the years.
I've only seen one clip, and it was whenever I first got a computer, and people
That's
would send
basically what it was
yeah,
in
it
the
was
beginning.
The
one
horse?
lady with the horse.
The horse,
yeah,
yeah.
I've seen that too.
That's what I said to my wife. I go, how have you not seen the clip with the horse?
I feel like
And
that's
she's
the right.
why
of
would I
That's
see
the
it?
rite of passage.
Yeah, that's what she goes, why would I see it? I go, everybody saw it.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what else you may have seen? Technically, child porn. Tracy Lords.
Oh yeah.
Definitely saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although I
Tracy
don't
Lords.
know anytime Tracy Lords did work into her adult years, so I
Right.
don't know what I saw. But yeah, she went in there underage.
She was 15 or 16 or something like that, but looked 20 something.
Do you know that I had a Tracy Lords porn, and when I found out, I threw it out because I was afraid I'd get in trouble?
Good idea.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, at the time, I'm like 21 years old.
I mean, it's not as bad if they're underage.
Wait,
What? What? Say that again, Gio?
Walk it back. Walk it back.
Like-
you said
Walk it
something
back.
wrong.
Like there are some that are like it's like kids,
Right.
not like somebody who
You're
is
talking about
like
somebody 17. and a half.
17
Yeah.
and doing adult stuff.
Yeah.
Like you don't know.
They're going to play this at your trial. I'm
Yeah.
just letting you know.
Well, like if you don't know, you're under the assumption that this is somebody of age. To me, that's not as bad.
This is
Like if you-
Galvin. Hold on. This is Galvin. I do not agree with that.
No.
It's not your fault. You know
Well,
what I
like if
mean?
you're on X Hamster, because there was one of those types of websites because you can
Let's not bring
download,
that X-Hamster into this.
Mhm.
but you can download or upload your own videos,
Mm.
and people were uploading videos of people that were 17.
Right.
And it came back on the company, but they were like, how are we supposed to identify how old these people are when they're the ones who make their profile? You know what I
Right.
mean? Like they go through all the steps and they say they're of age and then they're uploading it. Come to find out they're 17, 16 years
Like
old.
they're
That's
Can-
why Mike put his driver's license.
Right.
I
But-
you look at my search history, and there's nothing under 40.
yeah. Like they're
I don't like Carmen. Think about it. I'm 53 years old. 40 is younger than me. I don't like young looking women. It doesn't do it for me. I like a woman.
Now when did that start?
Probably when I turned in my 40s. I don't like a young looking girl. I'm not looking for the hot. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love a hot girl, but I'm just saying I'm not looking for the young looking hot girl. That like my son's friends look like little kids to me.
that's
They
what
don't-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that, and I don't even mean it from a righteous point of view. I could tell you that my son's, hangs out with some girls that are hot, but it does nothing for me.
Once you have kids that are the same age, it's different. I feel like.
Yeah, it's probably, and then once you have a daughter and you're looking at porn, you go as far away from that as possible.
Yeah.
You don't want to be that. Why are we talking about this? We're
My
Yeah.
point was there
I-
are
I'm
pedophiles
not.
that seek out
sure.
kids that are 10 years old,
Yeah.
9 years old, and stuff.
Those are the people that just need to be
Yeah.
sawed in half
But-
with a chainsaw.
I was gonna say that they redid the law for that, right? Anyone under 12, they were trying to make it so they got the death penalty. I don't think it passed,
Yeah.
but that was a law that they were trying to pass.
So you want to know the best part is that I was talking to a cop one time, and I said, "Why is it that you guys spend so much time going after guys who are trading child porn and not the people who are making the child porn?" And he said, "Well, a couple of reasons." He said, "One is the making of the child porn is usually done in other countries." And I said, "Yeah, I guess that makes sense." He's like, "But we have seen it all and we've coded it all. So when you open it, we know exactly who opened it, when they opened it." And I went, "Oh," and he's like, "Yeah, so that's why you look at one picture, nobody's coming knocking down your door. You start collecting 100, you're on our list now. We're coming." I said, "Well, that's good." So he said, all the stuff that's out there, we've seen already. Imagine that cop that's got to go through that and catalog all that
Oh
stuff.
man.
What that must be like.
Oh, yeah, because you have to look at it. That's not something you can avoid
Well, when you're
doing that.
collecting evidence on these
Right.
scumbags, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why Law and Order SVU, they're always like
Right.
talking about that, because ripped from today's headlines. But they, imagine that that's your job. Every day you're dealing with people who have committed sex crimes, and a lot of times it's against kids,
Yeah.
and just stuff like that. You'd just be like, I
Yeah.
can't do this anymore.
I'm telling you, when my
I'm going to
wife
be a traffic cop.
when my wife first started in the mental health area and she was interning, she'd come home and she'd be miserable. And I go, "Well,
Sure.
there's a story about this grandfather who was my," I looked at her, I said, "You got to stop telling me." I go, "You got to stop telling me for
Yeah.
two reasons. One, I want to kill everybody. And two, it's weighing me down. I didn't sign up for this. I didn't want to be in this field that you're in. I don't want to know these stories anymore. It really kills you after a while."
Mm.
But anyway, hey, good luck, Land O'Lakes High School.
Good morning.
Hide your
Yeah.
your FFA animals.
Oh.
Yes. Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning.
Speaking of dogs,
Oh no.
I was on the trail the other day, and a lady stopped me. She lost her dog.
Oh no.
Out in Lake Park area. I mean, that's a huge area and stuff.
Yeah.
She said some guy came on a bike, and he had a big dog, and her dog, Carmen, Australian Shepherd, got scared and bolted, took off. So then now I'm like, all right, well, I'm all in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking around for this dog, going all over the place and stuff. Got done with my run looking for it, then got my car and looked for it some more and stuff, and then I wound up leaving. And she gave me her number, so if I found the dog, I could call her. And I texted her and I said, hey, I just want to let you know I just left. I didn't find. They found the dog.
Oh,
they wound up going across Dale Mabry.
Oh.
Yeah, and was fine though. But yeah, so I was very happy about that.
You're out looking for somebody else's dog.
Yes.
Hazel ran around the front of the house the other day, and I just closed the door and said, you don't live here anymore.
Terrible.
You don't live here anymore.
Terrible.
I looked at Hazel. This is what I do now before I walk. I look at her and I go, look at me. Don't run. And I go, look at me. And she kind of half looks at me. I go, don't you run. And the minute I open the door, she goes, pew, and she runs. And she runs around in circles, and I'm fine. And then if she hears something or if she sees a squirrel, she's gone. And I'm like, that's it. I'm done with you.
Motivated by food are they? Are they like, if you say treat, where they come just like crazy?
Because if they're out there and I go, Mabel will come right away. I go, Hazel, let's go. And then I'll go, you want a treat? And she doesn't even pay attention. Yeah. It's crazy. Inside the house, I say treat, they could hear. I go treat.
Do you ever think of maybe, I don't know, putting them on a leash?
Yeah, but they don't. They like to run around.
Yeah, but you can get a long lead.
No, but they like to run. They do the thing like the birds, where they run all the way to one end, stop, whip back the fort to the other side. Like I would say 80% of the time, 99% of the time for Mabel, 80% of the time for Hazel, she's pretty good. She stays within the confines of the yard and doesn't do anything. But if she, like the other day, she heard Joey on his porch, so she ran around the house to go see Joey. Or sometimes the neighbor's dogs will distract her, and she'll just run over there to look at them. But she comes back. That's why I told Amanda, I'm like, I'm not even going after her. She'll be back in 5 minutes. That's just what she does.
I mean, the time Joe and I chased her down the road, it was she was down by the stop sign.
Yeah, she was going after something.
Yeah.
Something made her.
I think it was a deer.
Now I got this goddamn raccoon that my wife has become friends with. She's feeding it apples now, and
yeah. By the way, there's a little bowl and a cup of water and stuff out there.
Yeah. She's out there. Last night, I'm trying to sleep, and the Ring doorbell's going off nonstop. I finally pick it up and I look. I'm like, what's going on? And she's out there, and I hear her going, "It's okay. You can come eat these grapes."
Oh man,
and she's out there feeding the raccoon.
They will attack, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Good.
Yeah.
I said to her, I go, if it attacks you and it ruins your face, it's over.
I just saw a video they did. Well, it was like a Ring doorbell, and a little girl gets attacked, and then the raccoon's like, "Wah!" and they grab it, and
the
she
mom grabs
and
it and
slams it.
Yeah. That's an old one, but I've seen that before. Yeah, that's
I
wild.
said to Amanda, I will not love you the same if your face is scarred. I'm just letting you know now. So
Oh my
protect
God.
your face.
Yeah.
Oh, would you?
She brought it upon herself.
Would you? Yeah.
No.
I mean, would you? Come on, Chad's beautiful, but if he had a big raccoon claw across his face,
Yeah.
or say worse,
Sexy.
say it disfigured
Sexy.
it disfigured his
Yeah.
nose, Carmen. His nose was hanging off.
Okay.
Ugh.
Still love him.
No, it's
His
over.
appearance. Oh
It's
my
over.
God.
What
You
happened
got-
to your
you-
face? Oh, I was giving a raccoon an apple.
You guys do not love your
I don't want to be
wives.
married to anybody where they got to go, what happened to your face?
Yeah.
That's you never want to hear
It's
that.
over.
Ugh.
Oh.
All right, let's get this show moving this morning while my wife's face still looks good. If you want to get through, 800-771-1025. We'll play Sporkle when we come back. Carmen will tell you what we have to give away today, and we'll do that next. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. We got a bunch of things to give away today. Carmen, what are those things?
You are right. We do.
Yup.
So we have tickets for Foreigner, Valspar Championship, Avril Lavigne, The Offspring, St. Pete Country Fest, and Say Santa.
It's a lot of good
What
stuff.
is Say Santa? I know what it is, but where did they get that from?
Oh, I don't know. They always
They're
have
so
weird.
weird.
Yeah, it's really odd.
Carmen, what are those bands on there?
Primus, Perfect Circle, and Pussifer.
Yeah.
There you
All
go.
right.
There you
Good
go.
job, Carmen.
I wonder if Josh Freese is playing with Perfect Circle. Does he played on the album and
I
stuff?
don't know.
Foo Fighters aren't out. Ooh,
I
interesting.
don't know.
I may have to.
All right, let's give that stuff away right now with a little bit of Sporkle. Here we go. I just got your text, Carmen.
Yeah.
I read the wrong one.
Yep. All good.
Eh,
Little extra love.
Congratulations.
Yep.
Carmen is the keeper of Sporkle. Pap is your judge and scorekeeper. Gio won yesterday, and
Damn
I'm
right.
feeling particularly smart today. Carmen, what are we playing?
Well, I don't think it will matter because today we're going to do expressions containing names. Can you name the names used in these common expressions?
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gio. I needed to close it out. All right, your first one. I don't know you from
Adam.
Galvin. Don't be a smart.
Sally.
Don't be a smart blank.
Susie.
I feel like ass isn't a name,
Yes.
but
Oh, I know what it is. Alec.
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 Smart Alec.
Don't be a
yeah.
smart Alec.
Nobody really says that anymore. Yeah.
No.
No point.
All right.
Chatty.
Kathy.
Pap Pap.
Geo.
Oh, the big
What's the answer?
Kathy.
Kathy.
Yeah, I said Caddy.
Oh,
Down.
Chatty
That
Cat.
was hard to hear. It was hard to hear.
Yep.
Good, that's good
Point down.
integrity right there.
Jones's Locker.
Davey.
Mike. Downer.
Debbie.
Pap Pap.
Michael.
Yeah, you're right about that one.
Son of a bitch.
Mike.
That is good integrity.
You get integrity and then you get screwed.
You did
yeah.
good, Joe. Don't let them bring you down.
That's how it goes.
Every Tom or Harry.
Dick.
Mike. Has left the building.
Elvis.
Mike. Of all trades.
Jack.
Geo.
That was Geo.
There's a sick cow in here.
Apple.
Adam.
Johnny.
Adam.
Oh.
Apple. Galvin. Doe.
John.
Mike. All work and no play.
Jack.
Yes, Galvin. And Pap Pap. We're halfway there. What?
Geo has 1 point on the board. Galvin has 4, and Michael is your leader by 1. He's winning with 5.
Joe was so happy that Carmen made a call on that last one.
Oh, no, I knew.
By the way, I cannot hear John Doe without thinking John Doe has the upper hand. John Doe has the upper hand.
Okay, we are doing expressions containing names. You're giving me the names. Here we go. He's the real
McCoy.
Galvin. Law.
Johnny. Oh.
Blank's law.
Murphy.
Different law.
Mike. She's such a nervous
Nelly.
Galvin.
Nelly just played the Strawberry Festival.
Box.
Jack.
Blank's box.
Jack.
One more time.
What is it?
Blank's box.
Pandora's.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Galvin. Rob Peter to pay
Paul.
Mike. Forsake
Pete.
Mike. Play it again.
Sam.
Galvin. Great
Scott.
Galvin. Doubting
Thomas.
Galvin. And Pap Pap. We're on the last 3.
Geo, a single point on the board. Michael has 8, and Galvin is your leader right now. He's winning by 2.
Oh, no.
He's got 10.
Oh, no. All
Geo
right, here we go.
activated.
All right. All right.
All right. Expressions containing names. You're giving me the names. Last 3. Here we go. Even.
Steven.
I almost said Flo.
Stephen Flo.
Galvin. Nilly.
Nervous.
Vanelli.
Oh.
Nilly?
Nilly. Blank Nilly.
I know it.
I don't know.
Willie.
Willy Nilly.
Oh, yeah.
Willie Nelly.
No point. And your last one. Peeping.
Tom.
Of course, Geo gets it.
Yeah, look at me.
Geo.
Yeah.
Your final score, Geo with 2 points on the board, Michael with 8, and Galvin is your triumphant champion today. He won with 11.
Kachaya! Woo, woo, woo! Try my 20.
Broke my streak.
That was not a streak.
It's true. You did.
One is not a streak.
Streak
Yeah.
Slayer.
No.
Streak Slayer!
no. That's not how it works.
What are the year-to-date totals, Gio? We're already in what January, February, March already.
The year-to-date totals, I have 4 wins. Galvin has now 17, and Mike has 25.
Interesting. All right. Galvin, pick a line.
I'm going to go line 7.
Okay. Good morning. Who's this?
Good morning. This is Adam.
Hi, Adam. You are, in fact, the winner. I will put you on hold. Carmen will grab you during the break, and we'll hook you up with a prize.
Sweet.
Thanks, Adam. Hold on, buddy. Adam said, sweet.
Yeah, he's excited.
I know. Very happy for him. What do we have coming up in news, Galvin?
Coming up in news today, I wonder what they named it. Everybody pays and rank them.
All right. Do you see that girl that's banging everybody? The porn star?
Yes.
Oh, the
She
one that did like
banged
1,000 in a day.
guys.
Oh,
Bonnie
yeah.
Blue.
Oh, look at this guy. He knows her bio.
Yeah.
Bonnie Blue, is that her name?
Bonnie Blue, and then she's going out to spring break now to do more stuff. What a dirty whore.
And there's just all these bros that are just all excited. They're chasing her down on the beach.
I know, but would you
Is
want?
she Australian?
I don't know.
Would you want to do that?
No.
If you're a college kid, yes.
I was in college, and I was not the most prolific lovemaker in college.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, all right, I was, but I no, I'm just kidding. But seriously, in college, I wouldn't have been like, I'm not touching that skank.
You're on spring break and you have a chance to bang this famous chick.
Yes, after 8 of my friends just did.
By the way,
Oh,
They
I'm
don't
done.
care anymore.
maybe not you, but you know there's plenty that will, because this was way after spring break and we were in Mexico, and a buddy of mine did something to a Mexican hooker that you probably shouldn't do.
Drugged her?
Yeah.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
You mean?
Yeah, I know. He went to town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Downtown.
Yeah.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah,
You
he's-
shouldn't do that with any.
He
Whoa.
said that. We were in the taxi on the way back, and he was like, and I go, oh.
Yeah.
I go, say that again.
Yeah.
And realize what you're saying, what you just did. You may want to go rinse your face off in the ocean.
With acid.
By the way, this Bonnie Blue girl, I say that because I looked at her face and she has Australian face. Do you know what I mean when I say
Yeah.
Australian
Oh, yeah.
face? Not Australian, English face.
English
But
face.
I knew it wasn't. I knew it was foreign face.
Is she
not
English?
Pete face? Yeah, she's English.
Definitely not
Yeah.
Pete face.
No, not Pete face, but she is. Let's see, she is 25 years old. She's been active for 2 years, as far as you know, doing it on video. I guess.
I mean, she's got to be like a blown out tire now.
I wonder how she was doing in her regular life. Like, was she just like, "Hey, I'm doing it all. Might as well film it."
Maybe.
Or
I mean,
was she
OnlyFans,
like,
she's
I want to be
making-
rich?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's-
she's doing OnlyFans and making
It's
it.
tough to, get through as far as fame, I think. In
Yeah,
that.
and you got to have a gimmick. You know, it's kind of like a podcast. If you don't have something, if it's just you and your idiot friends sitting around talking,
Right.
it doesn't really work. But if you have like,
That's a radio show.
yeah, if that's what makes a song great, or we do history and stuff, whatever. She's like, I'm just gonna bang 1,000 dudes.
I think if you're 21 on spring break, you're doing it just for the story.
Yeah, like her
Oh,
third
yeah.
picture on Instagram is these barely legals made it so I could barely walk.
gross.
You're getting like these 18-year-old boys
Yeah.
who just they don't care.
I'm being fully honest with you. Like, I'm a dirty, disgusting pervert. That does nothing for me. That grosses me out to know. Like, I don't also want to be that guy where I know that 3 other guys have been there, you know?
But when you're that age, you don't think that.
And now that everyone's more open and
Yeah.
Hang on, listen to this. So she lived in Stapleford in whatever somewhere before moving to Australia.
No.
Oh, she got Australia face.
How do you like that?
She got her face when she moved there.
Prior to entering the sex industry, she had married and worked in recruitment. Married and worked in recruitment. I don't know what that means. In 2023, she started as a webcam model before moving to OnlyFans. After making more money than expected, she then began earning money by filming herself having sex with 18 and 19-year-old students as they were her target audience.
That's weird.
I feel that when you're at that age, in your friend group, there's at least one guy in the group like, oh, Jerry's going to totally
Al.
bury her.
Yeah,
You know what I
Al-
mean?
Al would've been
It's
the one
like
to
there's
do it,
always
yeah.
somebody, yeah.
Yeah, you know who the
For
one
the
guy
story.
is in your group.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But my whole group would have been like, nah, except Al.
Nah,
Can I
don't
also
know.
say though, her face, English face, Australian face, older than 25 face.
Yeah.
Like
she has
Yeah.
very high cheekbones and stuff, and I don't know whether she had any work done or not.
She got
Right.
She got an English crotch, or is it looking all right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Across the pond.
All right, let's take a break. Galvin's got your news. We'll get into that right after the break. It's the Mike Calta Show. This is 102.5 Le Bon. I think there's something going through this house. Juliana had to come home from school yesterday. She was sick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My dad's in the hospital.
Oh, no.
What?
What's
Sure,
going
he
on?
loves me talking about this.
Are you doing all right? I mean,
He's got a little bit of the AFib.
yeah?
Yeah. So yesterday, I don't know.
Does he
everything-
have a history with that or no?
Yeah. Yesterday was everything happened at once. So my wife was supposed to go to a Cheval women's group meeting yesterday.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. in my mind, they're all just in lingerie. But it was also one that my stepmother and her law firm were speaking at, I think.
Mm.
And then everything just fell apart. We had to go pick up Juliana from school because she was sick. So my wife texted my stepmother and said, "Hey, I don't know if I'm going to make it. I got to pick up Juliana from school. She's sick." And she wrote back, "I don't think I'm going to make it. I got to go take your father to the hospital.
Oh,
He's not
no.
feeling." I said, "Oh my God, the whole world's falling apart." Anyway, that was my afternoon yesterday.
Oh, boy.
Although I did get a massage yesterday.
Yeah?
Yes, and you know that
All
you're-
that, and you made yourself a little me time.
Well, it was before. It was before.
Hospital.
No, it was before I knew about the
You
traffic.
guys seem to have this handled. I'm going to go get rubbed
No,
down by
no,
an
no.
Asian lady.
Oh, she wasn't even Asian.
Oh.
She, you know that they're good when you don't have to tell you where the problem is and they go right to it. You know.
Oh, yeah.
She went right to right above my right ass cheek, right around my waistline is just sore. And the minute that she started rubbing my back, she was like, "Oh, right here," and she went right to it. And I went, "All right, that's good. That's when you know you got a good spot going on." I don't feel any better today. I'm going to be honest with you. I just feel a little loosey goosey.
Mm.
So, right now, let's check in with Galvin. He has today's news.
And now, news with Galvin on the Mike Calta Show.
What do we have in news today, Galvin?
With Ukraine signed up to U.S. proposals for 30 days ceasefire, the pressure is now on the Kremlin to decide whether it, too, will accept President Donald Trump's plan to bring the Ukraine war to a halt, albeit a temporary one. Russian officials are hinting at contacts with U.S. representatives in the next few days, but have not said whether the terms of the ceasefire, as set out at the U.S.-Ukrainian talks in Saudi Arabia on Tuesday, would be acceptable. For Moscow, this is a moment of truth and one that may require awkward compromises if it's serious.
Like what,
about
I
peace.
wonder?
I don't know.
What are we giving up?
What are we
are
giving
they?
up?
Well,
What are they
giving
giving
up?
up?
Yeah.
Whether they're like, hey, we're not going to do the mineral stuff. We're not going to take over this.
Are they giving the minerals to us, or are they giving the minerals to Moscow?
I don't know. I don't
know
know.
nothing either.
I don't know. I was in the meeting.
I liked it better when we didn't know where Ukraine was and nobody really cared.
Mm.
You see that Fox News? They the little man on the street thing when they sent that guy down to, I think it was Florida, to the beaches and was asking like hot teenage girls questions about current events, and they were like, "Where is Ukraine?" What's the answer to that?
Where is the what is it near? I guess.
I mean, that's how I thought I would
If you
answer
could
it.
say, yeah, what is near?
And then,
Belarus.
of course, none of them knew the answer, so and then they were like, "Don't make me look stupid." And they're like, "Nope, you made yourself look stupid." But that's
If I was a teenage girl out on spring break at the beach and somebody came up and asked me, I'd go, "Good for you.
Yeah.
Are you proud of
Yeah.
yourself?"
plug off, nerd.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
If you're at the beach and some guy's like in a suit at the beach asking you if you could ask questions about Ukraine, I'd be like, "Hit the road, nerd. Leave me alone. I'm over here in my bikini, laying up, soaking up the sun. Not me." You know.
Wow,
what I'm saying.
I got to tell you, I'm pretty proud of myself. I threw out Belarus.
Yeah, but
I kinda-
none of us knew if you were right or not.
Yeah, but I am right.
Yeah. I'm saying I assumed you were, but
Yeah.
none of us could be like, "You're wrong,"
Yeah,
because we don't know.
I'm terrible with geography, but apparently I know where Ukraine is. I like that.
Well,
Put me on the beach, see what happens.
That is indeed my weakest category when I play Jeopardy at night, and they have something to do with oceans
yeah.
or geography. I'm done. Although, have you watched it at all?
No.
They had a creature on.
Oh, really?
They had a creature. They had a guy named Harvey
Mhm.
who was quite inspiring. He had Parkinson's disease, not nearly as bad as Michael J. Fox, but he had a little bit of but it also caused him to have like a voice when he talked. "Oh, I'm Harvey, and I got Parkinson's," like that kind of thing. Incredibly intelligent. On the first night, he smoked everybody. and I noticed he was sitting down. Sometimes they allow you to do that if you have a condition.
Yeah.
Like Troy from Tampa had a heart condition, and he was sitting down. And Harvey had his Parkinson's, and he was sitting down. And then Harvey lost, and he got up to congratulate the winner. Oh, Harvey's a bit old, like 4 feet tall.
Oh, yeah?
He barely made it over the podium.
That's why he wanted
That's
to sit.
why he wanted to sit. And I was like, I get it now. It was so interesting how he can go one night. He dominated so bad. He crushed. He had like, $23,000 before the end of first round of Jeopardy. He was killing everybody. And the second night, he had like $6,000.
Do you think he was born with problems if he's that small?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. His sperm got caught up in some sort of blender and mixed things up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm being honest, Carmen. It's just he had some issues. He had little issue, and he had the Parkinson's issue.
I got to tell you, Parkinson's, it affects the people that have it, then it affects people around it. Like, it's uncomfortable to see that. Like, I'm not, trying to make
feel
it up.
terrible.
Yeah, Michael J. Fox, I see him, and I go, oh, my God, that's got to be so,
Also,
terrible
because
for
it's
him.
It's also noticeable.
Yeah,
It's not something that you can avoid or you don't notice.
No, but I'm saying my heart goes out for him. Like,
Right.
I'm watching him struggle to take a drink of water. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking if that was me or somebody that I knew personally, I'd be like, oh God, what
And
can
you
I
think
do
of all
for you?
the jagoffs there are in Hollywood, and Michael J. Fox, by all accounts, was one of the nicest guys
Right,
ever, and he gets
yeah.
hit with it. And he played all these beloved characters, How do you know? This is why I love my wife, is she's so goddamn mean to me. I told her the other day, I'm like, I think I'm getting an early onset Parkinson's. And she said, why? I said, because when I take my left hand and I go to put a drink down, I wobble a little bit. And she goes, I don't know, maybe try working out.
Oh.
It makes
I'm
me so mad and happy at the same time that she's so mean.
telling you right now, my wife will not take care of me if she outlives me or if I get sick or anything. I'm losing my hearing. Clearly, I'm losing my hearing.
Yeah.
And I know it, and I'm okay with it.
I wonder where it came from. Drums and headphones?
Well, yeah, drums and headphones and earplugs and all that stuff. And I get it. And now they have such fantastic technology that I can get those little in-ear things and do that and stuff. She yelled at me the other day. She goes, "You need to get the hearing aids." And I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
But I guess it's good because, no matter what she says, I go, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
We go through the same thing. And then she's like, tells me I mumble. And she's like, wait, I can't understand what you're saying. I looked at her and I go, I just want you to know that my mumbling built this house. My mumbling is what got us here today. So shut your mouth. I talk for a living.
see,
I'm in the right.
I have a dad moment because Chad will be we'll be having a conversation, and if he doesn't understand something, I get a little stern, and he's like, "Stop yelling at me! You're so mean." And I was like, "Do you want me to yell at you? I'll show you what yelling at you looks like."
You get the sex pillow out.
Yeah.
Carmen,
Right?
do you? I get the same way. You should know what I'm talking about. Like, it gets me very, if I'm trying to explain something and my wife goes, about what? And I go, use your head. Think about you listen to the clues that I'm giving you and
Well,
figure out what I'm saying.
So Chad's big thing, he does not shut doors. I don't know what it is, whether it's the front door, the cabinet door, the
He doesn't want
back.
to be trapped with you.
Okay, listen, go free. I'm not keeping you,
Have
right?
an escape route planned at all times.
Yeah. But I'm like, hey, the door's, oh, look at the door. And he's like, oh, God, stop yelling at
Like
me.
what doors? The front door?
This morning I woke up, our front door was unlocked. Yes.
Oh,
so
that drives me nuts.
I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the front door was unlocked. The night before, after he came in from walking our dogs, the front door was unlocked and open.
Carmen, I think it's because
And-
you and I grew up in the hood. And we're used to locking the doors when we come in the house.
I did not grow up in the hood. No, I grew up with I grew up in
Oh.
the country.
Oh,
We used
yeah,
to leave
I
our
always
doors.
think Detroit.
Yeah, no, I grew up in the country. We used to leave our doors open, windows open. We would turn our air off in the summer and just use
yeah.
not the summer, but spring and fall and just have the outside.
Just a screen door.
Yeah, just a screen door. It's beautiful. But or he'll go get a thing of water, a cup for water, and leave that cabinet open. That
I'm on your side on this one.
that drives me insane.
Close the cabinet.
Thank you.
And all of a sudden, it's your job. You got to be the cabinet closer.
So then, and he leaves the dishwasher open, and he's like, "Well, it's not full yet." Okay,
then
well,
close it.
Close it, and then open it, and put the dish in, and then close it again. He's like, "But
Stop
it's."
yelling at us.
You know
I'm
what?
with you, Carmen. I'm
I'll
with you.
yell at you.
No.
I'm with
You
you
want to
on
know what
this.
yelling is like?
That was quite
yeah.
annoying.
Poor
It
bastard.
is-
What a
oh
poor
my God.
bastard.
Yeah,
Just
I
stuck.
understand why he leaves the door open. He's
Yeah.
hoping he's going to get murdered in his sleep so he doesn't have to deal with this.
You know
Yeah.
what? I'm not even yelling yet.
Too
I
much.
can.
By the way,
can
I
yell.
can just if my wife's listening, I can hear Carmen.
I'd stay at the football field all day too.
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
You know what?
yeah. Blowing the whistle so he doesn't have to
Yeah,
hear her.
I'm turning my hearing aids
No,
off.
no. Football. It's all year
Yeah,
round.
the
Yep.
kids
Yeah.
are poor. They need me.
We're
You guys
doing
are
we're doing 4 days. It's a new thing.
Yeah.
The European Union, or the EU, will impose counter tariffs of $28 billion worth of U.S. goods from the next month, ramping up a global trade war in response to the blanket U.S. tariffs on steel and, as they pronounce it over there, aluminium.
We're doing that to Europe?
Yeah.
Whoa.
The
I thought,
EU
what are we mad at Europe for?
We're mad at everybody.
Yeah.
The EU executive said, however, that it remained open to negotiations and consider higher tariffs in no one's interest. U.S. President Donald Trump's increased tariffs of 25% on all steel and aluminum imports took effect today as prior exemptions, duty-free quotas, and products exclusions expired.
Oh, man. We got, I don't know how any of this is going to affect that. All I know
Aluminium.
is the stock market is tanking. I don't know how much eggs are. I don't know how much gas is. I don't know what's going on.
I think eggs went down a little bit.
Eggs went down?
I think.
All right. And what about gas?
Gas, I don't know.
Look at Carly Shimkus' ass.
Whoa.
I mean, is that not
I
fantastic or
mean-
what? Carmen,
That's a good dress, too.
She walked on the stage and she's standing sideways and her ass is perfect.
They purposely don't have a chair for her, so she has to stand there.
Yeah. Oh man. That's good.
Makes sense.
Sorry. Gas prices. Anybody know how much gas costs?
No.
Like, is it up or down?
It was 309 like on Sunday.
Is
Yeah.
that good?
Eh.
I don't know. I need gas. I gotta get gas. I don't look at how much it costs. I need it either way.
Within a month, it was at one point it was like 327, and
And
so
now it's 309.
309.
And
so
eggs
it is,
went down too.
yeah.
USA.
USA.
Tariffs for everybody. Oh, my Bitcoin is down to $83,000 a share though. That's hurting a little bit.
How's
Yeah.
your Tesla stock?
You know what? I don't know. I think I might have gotten rid of some of that.
It's
Yeah.
back on the uptick. I mean, it went down quite a
Sure.
bit, but it's back on the
They
uptick a little
said
bit.
Elon had lost like $140 billion.
And he
Yeah.
didn't care at all.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Didn't
140
know.
billion.
Didn't know until
No.
somebody pointed it out to him.
Yeah.
I just looked. It's not my
Not
whole
good?
thing. Well, my whole portfolio is not good.
Yeah, it had gone down quite a bit.
Everything's going down. This was all Biden's plan. He's the mastermind.
Nah.
He was like, what I'll do is I'll get the economy to tank as soon as Trump gets in office.
You know what I say? Thanks, Obama.
Yeah.
So I used to buy Tesla every week,
Mm.
and I stopped a couple of months ago.
Mhm.
Thank God. Although I should buy it now.
Mm.
But you know what I do buy a lot of that seems to be paying off is gold,
Mm.
because the more these Bitcoin craps to bed, the more gold seems to be taking off.
Yeah, I don't know about your electronic money. I got gold.
Yeah, I got old bricks.
Yeah.
I got the bricks. So.
How about this? All the major airlines will now charge for checked bags. Southwest was the only one that still gave you 2 bags for free, but they're ending that policy on May 28th. So now all the airlines charge you for the bags. What else can we charge you
Listen, Southwest
Shocker.
Southwest has nothing attractive about it now. There's nothing about Southwest that would make you go, well, at least the bags are free. It's just it's garbage, but not nearly garbage like Spirit or the other one. Spirit and Frontier are the 2 absolute worst. Spirit to me is the worst airline. I would read. You know how much I like to walk, and I would think about walking before I took a Spirit flight. But really, Southwest. What was the? I mean, they herd you on like cattle to get you in a seat, and then once you get in the seat, now you don't even get a free bag anymore. What's the attraction to Southwest?
I don't know.
Do
Ticket
they-
price.
They still do the want to get away, and it's like cheap for certain weekends.
It's never cheap.
Oh.
It's never cheap. There's like 2 of those tickets. They disappear because somebody buys them, and then
All right,
That's
I'm
crazy.
not flying anywhere.
Gio, I tried to buy a ticket to Seattle this weekend. How much do you think it costs to fly round trip to Seattle?
Oh, $800.
I asked Bailey. I said, "Hey, can you tell me what you got going out on Friday after the show to Seattle and coming back on Sunday?" And she goes, "Outbound flights as low as $188." I went, "Oh." And she's like, "Return flights as low as $212." I went, "Oh, I might go to Seattle this weekend." And then I looked it up online to go buy it, and first class was like $3,000.
For some reason,
you didn't say first class.
Yeah, but how could coach be 180? I'll buy a whole row then if that's the case. It'd still be cheaper.
Seattle, for some reason, is always very expensive. A buddy of mine lived out there, and I would always check the prices to go. I was going to go visit him.
Yeah.
And it was always, there was way overpriced, it seemed like.
I don't really have a lot going on this weekend other than that Tony is coming into town at some point on the weekend, but Bobby is in Seattle, and I've never been to Seattle, and I wanted to go there, and I was just going to show up in Seattle.
Specifically Seattle. It's always kind of pricey for some reason. I don't know why.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going.
And I'm sure there's a Pearl Jam cover band playing out there.
I was most excited about
Stephen
going to Stephen. I was most excited about going and try different coffee shops. You know, not Starbucks.
How old are you?
Well,
How old are you?
I'm not craft beer guy. You know what I mean? I don't have
craft coffee guy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you have guys that go and they're like, oh, we go on a craft beer tour, or we go we go to the brewery, or we go to the whiskey place and try. I'm not that guy, but I did, want to try out the good coffee.
How do you not go to the original Starbucks?
I'd have to go to the original Starbucks. You got to get one of those mugs, yeah.
I would like to do, because you drink Starbucks all the time, I would like to do a taste test where we get like a couple independent, a Dunkin', a Starbucks, you know what I mean? And see whether you know which is which. I think you'd be able to tell which is Starbucks because you drink it all the time. But I wonder if you'd be like, this one's pretty good. And
you're probably right.
And I'm like, that's Circle K.
You're probably, you're probably right. I think I'm just used to drinking this.
Yeah.
I know that there's the process, the way some of these places do the press, the coffee press. The way they do it, it takes the bitterness out of the coffee, so the coffee tastes a lot better. And I know a lot of those places out there make it like that.
But also, you like what you like.
I know.
It could be, like I said, and I'm not disparaging Circle K. I don't know how great their coffee is, but a place like that where you're like, this is the best coffee and it's the cheapest one. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. There's plenty of places where you go where it's not the best in the world and people aren't talking, but you like it.
Yeah, I get it. I don't know if you remember, Galvin, but we did this with water one time.
Yeah.
We did a blind taste test with water, and toilet water won.
Yes.
Toilet water from the toilet at Cox beat out bottled water in a blind taste test.
I did it with my son because my son will always be like, Dasani has fish poop in it and this and that, whatever. And I go, you have no idea. I go, I'm going to get a few different ones. And he told me, blind taste test, 5 different ones. He did it 3 times and got all of them right. Told me what they were.
Dasani is pretty particular.
It has a different taste to it. But I did Evian, I did Fiji, I did Zephyr Hills, I did Dasani, this, that, and he would name it out. He would be like, that one's that one, that. And I said, all right, well, I need to take you to the casino or something, right, man, because you're figuring all this out.
I just saw the two of you coming down in matching suits on the escalator.
Today is National Girl Scout Day. Not Girl Scout Cookie Day, Girl Scout Day. Happy 113th birthday to the Girl Scouts.
Boo!
Their best cookies ranked by professional bakers.
Well, listen to me. I'm going to tell you right now, there's no better cooking on earth than the Samoa. So whatever they said is wrong.
Samoa comes in number 2.
What's better than Samoa? Tag-along?
Thin Mint is the most.
Thin Mint is number 1. Samoa number 2. Tag-alongs, then the caramel chocolate chip ranked last.
Not mad at that one, though.
I think that would be.
Here's my problem with the Girl Scouts. They don't do nothing. They don't do nothing but sell cookies. You don't know of any, like Girl Scouts, girls are able to join the Boy Scouts now because the Boy Scouts do stuff.
Are Girl Scouts, what do you mean by do stuff?
Like they don't go camping and they don't teach them the life skills.
Well, they're teaching them business. With the Girl Scout cookies,
then that's an entrepreneurial thing. That's not a scout. I don't.
The scouting. So you don't. Okay, you're coming from a scout.
Yeah, like as a former Boy Scout. I don't know. Maybe my Boy Scout for life. As a Boy Scout for life, Galvin, I feel like the Girl Scouts don't do anything, and that's why the Girl Scouts have been allowed to join the Boy Scouts because the Boy Scouts do all the good stuff.
It says that they go hiking, camping, and
they do all
environmental stewardship.
Yeah, I don't believe it. I mean, then why are they joining the Boy Scouts? Then why do they join the Boy Scouts?
I'm pretty sure that was like part of like the trans, like the open.
No, it was because girls wanted to do the stuff that Boy Scouts are doing, and they didn't get the opportunity to do that in Girl Scouts.
No,
Girl
yes, they
Scouts didn't
did.
go
Because they were
camping
teaching
and
them
stuff.
like laundry before that.
Yeah. They're teaching them girl skills that Carmen doesn't have.
Cooking.
Right, Joe.
I know.
I'd say they would teach them how to be Little Women.
Yeah.
And but they should be teaching them more. Like you want your kid to be badasses, so you should teach those girls how to survive in the wilderness.
Well, then they're lying on their website.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say,
they
'cause
do
it
all
says-
these things. You guys are just making
it
lying.
it says make friends, have fun, and then it says find adventure, and it literally has a girl like rock climbing and doing stuff. Yeah, it says
They do everything Boy Scouts do
But then why the
discovering-
girls want to be in the Boy Scouts?
because they can't. If you can't, then you have to be able to be in there.
it has to be equal.
It ruins it for Boy Scouts. Boys don't want to be around girls at that age. They don't want to be. They don't want to be around girls when they're feeling vulnerable and sleeping in tents and they're not washing their balls for 3 days. They want to be able to be out there with the men and be scouts. Now they got to worry about having girls around.
But how often is that happening? Do we know anybody?
What?
That the girls are joining the Boy Scouts?
No,
Or
I don't.
do we see it on Instagram?
I know about as much about that as I do about what the Girl Scouts really
Exactly.
do.
Right.
Yeah. I'm just being,
Can boys join the Girl Scouts?
no.
Why not?
Because it's
It
weird.
seems like a better deal.
I don't think you know that.
Boys can't join the Girl Scouts.
Why?
Because they can't.
I would.
It's not been ruled
I
upon.
mean, you've got access to
Let's
the
go,
cookies.
ladies.
Oh my God!
What happened?
Is that why you don't want girls around?
I don't want to fart in front of a girl. I don't want to fart in front of a girl.
Oh. By the way, I've heard the other ones too. That's not the first one.
No.
That's
It's all
like
air.
that's like 7.
I got a lot of air in me today.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
It's rough.
They don't smell. They don't smell worse than Gio's teak
Gonna
hand.
put some mahogany
Moisturizer.
teak oil down there.
Yeah.
Honey hands.
I
over
don't
here.
think they're selling Mike Calta flavored lotion.
I
they
can
don't.
ask.
Yeah.
Someone on the Florida Panhandle had to call the cops and ask them to remove a guest who had been staying with them. It's not clear how long 50-year-old Christopher Newton had been living there, but eventually he agreed to leave, and that could have been the end of it.
Okay.
But while the cops were still on the scene, Christopher texted the homeowner and said, "Hey, man, I forgot something. A bag of drugs." He told them he left a baggie on the nightstand in his room, so the homeowner let the cops search the room. They found a bag of white powder, which they tested, and now Christopher is facing charges for possession of cocaine.
How about all those people who would report to the police that somebody stole their weed or do all that stuff? Like, no, how do you not know that that's going to be a bad decision?
It's a bad idea.
Oh.
A new Texas Rangers hat had to be pulled because it spelled out a vulgar Spanish word for women's breasts. Have you seen it? So they have Texas,
Oh, I saw
and then they replace the X with a big T for the Rangers, so it says TETAS.
Tetas.
So a guy went through it because they did this with all professional baseball teams.
Right.
Yeah.
And there are a bunch of ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like I want to say the Astros, it doesn't spell it out like
Look, it says a-holes.
a-holes, basically. Yeah. So like there's a bunch of ones that were just like mess up, like oversights. Like no one really thought this whole thing through.
People are now scrambling to buy the hat.
I'm
It's
sure.
because
Yeah.
it got taken down from like all the MLB shop and stuff.
Anybody familiar with fly tetas?
Things just fucking my
Whoa! Carmen, you get that? Yes! All right, thank you.
Not familiar.
Done.
Could you play it again? I'm not sure I knew it.
Stop.
Wow.
You know what?
I played the clean version.
No, you didn't.
Well,
No.
according to this, I did.
Ah.
All right.
Good job. Remember when everybody was trying to get the what was it, Ron Mexico?
Oh yeah.
jerseys.
Yeah.
And then the NFL was like, "Stop it, guys! We're not doing this anymore."
Was it Michael Vick was his code name at the hotel?
Remember, there was a whole list of names you couldn't get that the NFL wouldn't allow you to put on your jersey, and then one of them was gay, and they had the player that was named Gay in there, and they couldn't get his own jersey.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's funny. Let's see what else we have. Morgan Wallen, his high school just renamed their baseball field after him.
Smart.
Didn't name it something else. He played on their team while there and has since donated to the baseball program, so they named it after him.
Man, he is
How
huge.
famous would I have to be for my high school to even recognize that I went to that high school? Like I don't even get
I mean-
famous alumni.
Well, think about Morgan Wallen. Morgan
Oh,
Wallen.
Morgan Wallen's huge. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
compare me to Morgan Wallen. I'm saying is like what would I have to do from my high school to even be like put it in a newsletter or something?
Is there anybody else famous from your high school that you're competing
a couple
with?
of city councilmen and things like that. Yeah, like I'm way more famous than those guys.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah. Except Joe Borello because he's always on Fox News all the time. But no, I don't know. I don't know.
Like, what's the competition is what you got to gauge
That's what I'm
first.
saying.
Yeah.
I guess there's a couple of people that went on to be like news reporters. I think.
Yeah.
I think I should be in that.
If on the Wikipedia page for your high school, does it have you as notable alumni?
I don't know. I never looked. I never looked.
That means
I feel
no.
like it
Yeah,
would've-
that
so
means no.
I feel like it would have been brought to my attention already if that was the case.
That's a big
Yeah,
like
I feel like I should be recognized at my high school, but I'm not.
I was gonna play a song called "Fly Tetas" for you guys.
No.
And you'll never get. I'm never gonna play it again.
No,
but-
yeah.
Please
I'm
don't.
okay. I'm okay.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, Mike, don't sell yourself short. You're pretty famous. You're a Morgan Wallace kind of guy.
I am a Morgan
Hey, I
Wallen.
just-
Yes.
Yeah. So, hey, just to go, and not to go backwards, but I just rolled by a gas station under $3 for a gallon of gas.
USA,
Your
sir.
brand.
Where?
USA.
USA.
Thank you.
USA.
Thank you for the live reporting. I appreciate that. Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
I have a terrible cold. I'll just say that first. That's
All
why
right.
I sound like
I'll
shit.
allow it. That's okay.
Oh,
Can't say that word there, pumpkin.
Jeez.
I'm so sorry. I just wanted to jump in really quickly on what Carmen said about the doors. My brother is the same way. My sister-in-law goes insane. He will go into the kitchen in the middle of the night for a drink of water. He gets the glass out. She said she literally wakes up sometimes to almost every single cabinet in the kitchen just
Yeah.
open.
Wouldn't you think it was like the Sixth Sense?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe he's got a mental problem.
He
Oh.
does.
I've woken up and the refrigerator door was open.
Oh no.
Yeah. See,
All
maybe a
night
mental.
long.
That might be a mental situation. Like you have a block that doesn't allow you to close the doors.
Maybe he was locked in a small room.
Yeah, when he was a
And
kid. Carmen, there's a movie with Julia Roberts that I forgot. Galvin's going to
Eat,
tell me.
Pray,
the name of
Love.
it. No, it's the one where she was in an abusive relationship and she escapes.
Aaron Brockovich.
Oh,
No.
no.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Something water, right?
Enemy sleeping with the enemy.
Sleeping
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the enemy. See, I told you. And she's in an abusive relationship with this guy, and he constantly is making her like if you look in her cabinets, all her dishes are in order. Everything's in the same size, bigger to
Facing the
smaller,
same way.
facing the same way.
Everything has to be perfect.
Right. And as she fakes her death, she pretends that she drowned on a boat. She fakes her death to get away from him. And then she goes in a small town and starts over again and with a new identity. And all of a sudden things start showing up like kind of weird, like
He
things are out of
finds
place.
her.
Well, one day she comes home and opens her cabinets and all her dishes are stacked up the same way. It's one of the scariest things you'll ever see. It's no blood, there's no gore, there's no anything. When she opens up those cabinets and all the dishes are stacked and faced the same way, it's scarier than anything.
I got to tell you, if I ever woke up and all my cabinets were perfect and stacked the same way, I would let my wife beat me.
Wait.
Oh, you know where we got a disaster is the pantry.
Mm.
Pantry's out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because think about it. We got all that COVID stuff that we bought in there, and we were stocking up on extra stuff, and things are
5
just out of
years.
control.
It's expired.
Spring cleaning. Spring
Yeah,
cleaning.
no, I mean, like I'm saying that the stuff got used, but the old stuff pushed out and all. But it might be time to go in there and douche that room.
I looked up your high school, a notable alumni.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not making the list.
How do you even know my high school?
Because you put everything on Chat GPT.
Oh,
Everything's out there. I know everything about you.
who else? Anybody on the notable alumni?
You got Miss Melissa Anelli, who's a New York Times bestseller.
See,
Joseph Borelli,
Bill Borelli is
Yeah,
politician.
Yeah.
Sheena Collette, an actress. Pete Davidson, comedian and actor.
Pete Davidson didn't go to my high school.
That's what it says.
Whatever.
Where did he go?
You went to Faro.
It says he went to this high school. You got Matt Festa, which was a baseball player. Ali Agbu,
No, not my school.
NFL
Was he part of
professional
9/11?
football player.
Oh, okay.
Chris Torrio.
Did you say shuffleboard player?
No, football player.
Football.
NFL.
We didn't even have a football team when I went to at high school.
I'm just reading what it says on the
Okay.
internet. And Chris Terrio, who's a screenwriter. Joey Salads is a YouTube personality.
I'm more popular than Joey
no, you're
Salads.
not. Joey Salads, huge, man. He's as big as Morgan Wallace.
He only has 10 million subscribers.
Yeah, so-
we only have 13,000.
How many are
on
watching on YouTube right now, Joe?
800.
Yeah, 800.
Yeah.
Joey
Hey,
Salads is at the bottom of the list.
Joe,
Yes.
what do we have? Like 13,000 subscribers? That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I think around there. We've only been at it for about a year.
Yeah. Also, I don't care.
Oh, I'm Joey Salads. Welcome
Joey
to my
Salads.
show.
He's got 557 million views on his channel.
Shut
Oh,
up, Joey.
wow.
And what does he talk about? Salad?
I'm guessing.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
I'm guessing.
Hey, good morning, Mike. Good morning, guys. How you guys doing?
What's
I'm
up?
not that famous, sir, but
quick
I'm
question.
okay. Yeah.
What are the ramifications with the FCC if Carmen misses the dump button? I'm just curious.
I don't even think you should bring that up, sir. Let's
Yeah.
not talk about it.
Mhm.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. It's Tim from Lake Placid calling. I'm just talking about the high schools. You know, ever gone back to a high school reunion with the guys that were all famous and the quarterbacks, and you get to see them, and they're like all overweight now, and they lost all their hair, and they were like the number one. Yeah, it's crazy, you know, when you go back to these old high school reunions, you know, and the guys that were all nerds and this and that, they end up going on to be, you know,
Rich.
famous Fortune 500 guys. Yeah.
But
It's
you know what?
amazing how things turn around. Go ahead.
I got to tell you though, when I went back to my high school reunion, all the hot girls were still hot. Like I remember, I introduced my wife to a group of 5 girls. I said these were the hot girls in high school. Clearly, they are still hot now. It's amazing how they all worked out. But you're right. I love when you look at the like the guy who is the good-looking guy in my high school is bald now, which just makes me laugh. He's still good-looking.
They peaked too
They
early.
peaked early. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's looking at me expecting anything different than what I turned into. I think they're like, yeah.
I agree. Well, I'm the still weight that I stayed from high school to college all the way. I haven't changed in got a pounds. I'm still the same way. 6'2" and 205 pounds. Still
How's the
same.
hair? How's the hair?
I got all my hair, a little receding line. You know, I'm now turning 65. It's a little going back, but I'm still in good shape. I ride my bike 10 miles a day, and I have a good time. And I do gardening early in the morning at 6 o'clock, and I get up and I'm in the pit right now at work.
This guy's got a plan. He knows
Yeah.
what's going on. Well,
this
thank
guy.
you, and I'm glad at 65
Hey,
you're allowed to
have a
have
great day, guys.
You too, pal. You're allowed to have a receding hairline at 65. At that point, it's time to give it up.
By the way, he said he was listening from Lake Placid.
Yeah. I don't even know what that is. It's
Lake
Florida.
New
no,
York?
no, Lake Placid is.
There's a Lake Placid, Florida.
Oh, is
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Okay. When I hear Lake Placid, I always.
Yeah, no. I think that I probably physically turned out like most people thought I would. Kind of chubby and losing my hair and a big mouth.
I would imagine that the most shocking thing would be that you're not a baker or something. Like you're on the radio. I'm like, oh, you're on the radio.
My teacher, Mr. Musanti, who I had a class that had 7 boys and 32 girls in it, and he made us all sit in one row. He went down one day and said what we were going to be when we got older. He was going to, just by looking at us, he was going to tell us what we were going to be, and I was a butcher.
Ah,
Yeah,
there you go.
And
Yeah.
I've emailed him and said, sorry to tell you, I am not I did
Oh.
not turn out, although I do have an interest in the meats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you visit.
Yeah.
butchers.
Oh, for sure.
I'm putting in a request to add you to notable alumni.
Okay. Good.
Stop.
Yeah.
Please, Gio. Thank you.
you
That's
have
what
to
your
record-
job is. Between you and Tony Burton, you should have me listed in every notable alumni for St. Joseph's High
Yeah,
School.
this page is
But-
it's locked on Wikipedia, but I put the request in just now.
Thank you.
But also, if you have to request it,
Right,
is
yeah.
it really
Well,
like
he's not requesting it. Gio is.
Gio,
Right.
Yeah, my people are doing it. My
Yeah,
team. My
making
team is doing
him.
it. My team is
I
doing
mean,
it.
you're gonna have to
Ugh.
be under Joey Salads, but still,
It's fine. It's a start for now.
you're on there.
Yeah.
Suck it, Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson evidently went to my school for like a semester.
That's what it says. I
That's
don't know.
all that matters.
Doesn't make any sense.
He was there.
Guys, I think we have to help BJ Penn. BJ Penn, the former UFC lightweight champion who has also held gold at 170 pounds, continues to lose touch with reality
Oh, boy.
and is posting his downward spiral on social media. In his latest Instagram video, Penn insists that the government murdered his mother
Oh.
and replaced her with a lookalike imposter. And he's asking for lawyers and police to come help and this, that. He's like, look at her legs, look at her ass. She's pretending to be a 79-year-old woman. That's not my mother. That's a replacement.
That's not
Yeah.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
not
like
good.
CTE or
I would
something?
imagine. I would
100%.
imagine. Because he definitely fought longer than he should have and got beat pretty bad in his last couple fights. You know what I mean? So it's one of
It
those
is
things.
very similar to the people who listen to the radio show that think that we are spying on them through their radios
Mhm.
and through one of the calls that always stand out in my mind when I was a kid listening to Howard was this woman called up and she's like, Howard, you got to stop spying on me through my blender and through my radio. And everybody was like, what a fool. And Howard, instead of laughing at her and hanging up on her, he said, listen to me. He's like, you have to understand that technologically, there's no way for me to spy on you through your appliances. Why would I be spying on you? You have a mental problem and you need to seek help. It was like one of the most, I don't know, the way he handled it was just so much better than the way I thought he was going to handle it.
Right.
You know? And it always makes me think about that now when people call up here and they're like, you guys, like instead of, I always laugh at first, and then I realize, oh, wait a second, this person definitely has a problem. BJ Penn thinking that the government took his mother and replaced her with a young woman is a sign that he's definitely needs to get help.
Yeah.
Who are they reporting this? He's reporting that?
He is, yeah.
So who's
he's
reporting on him? Like somebody, like the story should be like BJ Penn needs help.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's like one of the MMA junkie or whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know, they're saying, hey, this guy needs help for sure.
And he was like my favorite fighter for a long time.
Yeah, he was great.
Oh, it's a shame.
Speaking of sports, WNBA player Angel Reese may not have helped negotiating leverage much with her viral lowlight on Monday. During an unrivaled game, Reese missed 3 straight shots while standing right under the basket.
I saw the highlight of this.
One of the shots hit the bottom edge of the backboard. Reese was able to at least come away with 2 offensive rebounds on the possession. That's what everybody talks about, her padding, her stats and stuff. Footage of the sequence quickly spread across social media, and many mocked the timing of it after Reese ignited controversy with recent claims that WNBA players may refuse to play games to negotiate a higher pay. Here's what Angel had to say on the podcast. Take a listen.
Year, but next year, or the ones coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. Mm-hmm. The ones that the year after, they're gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us.
No, they are.
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I need to get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's
Good.
a possibility.
Sit out.
For real.
Sit out. You're losing $30 million a year. Sit out.
So the funny thing about that is NBA Commissioner Adam Silver previously stated that the WNBA has average losses of over $10 million annually since its founding.
Yeah.
Projected in 2024, the WNBA, they said, was expected to lose between $40 and $50 million in the current year, despite record viewership and attendance. A guy on social media did this a little while ago. He broke it down. At the time, I think it was 2022, there were 12 teams. 12 players on a team, 12 teams. That's 144 players. Right. We're taking $12 million in losses. Each player owes $83,333.
Yeah, I don't understand. You look at the situation and you go, like, I love that you guys love it. I love that you guys watch it and you're not mocking it. You watch it and you really like to watch it.
I genuinely enjoy watching it.
Annette loves it.
Yeah, that's right.
Joe's mom loves to watch it.
She wakes up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I come out. I'm like, what do you watch? She's like, women's basketball. I'm like, what, you want this? She's like, yeah, I like the way they move.
She likes it. It's fluid. So, but the thing is that it's got to have time to grow and breathe and earn some respect, and it's doing that now. And with the addition of Angel Reese and with Caitlin Clark and those sort of names of the people that are attracting viewers to it, it's got to have time to grow. She can't be so greedy out of from the start over here. I mean, how much money what does she make?
$70,000 is her like salary with the WNBA, but she makes so much off of endorsements and stuff. But this is where she lacks or whatever. If she's not playing, she's not getting those endorsements. So take your $70,000 and go make your money elsewhere.
But here's the thing: you leave high school. I mean, you leave high school or you leave college, and you're offered a job for $70,000 a year doing something you love. That's pretty good, especially since it didn't exist a couple of years ago.
And most of those females are appreciative of that. You know what I mean? Because again, you don't have to play basketball.
Right.
You can go get an office job.
Go get an office job if you don't like it. That's so weird. So she wants to sit. Let her sit.
Right.
Let her sit.
But she's going to lose endorsements, and then she's going to be like, well, this isn't, you know what I mean? She's a talker.
She's got something that, some of these other girls who played in college never had the opportunity to do. and she should be taking advantage of it. I understand that she wants to get paid, but if the money is not there, if they're losing $10 million a year, you're not looking at the NBA where they're making $2 billion a year and going, hey, how come we're not getting paid fairly? I mean, she's getting a decent salary and they're losing money. The opportunity is just should be enough to keep her going.
Right. Compared to what the league makes. Again, like that's what you have to take into account. Yes, females should get paid. Female athletes should get paid. But if your league does not bring in money,
there's no money to pay you.
How do you expect to get paid?
And
exactly.
The idea that that she wants to sit out, fine, sit out. Sit out. See who that hurts.
Well, I think she was taught all the WNBA was going to sit
then
out.
Fold
right.
it. Then fold it. if you're going to let greed take you down, then fold it.
Yeah.
That's just it. I don't know. You don't hear Caitlin Clark bitching.
No.
Yeah. But she's also making a lot of money off, you know what I mean? Out of endorsement.
Yeah, so is Angel Reese.
Right. I agree. Listen, I'm on your side. Don't yell at me.
It's your fault.
But it's also, if you're putting a spotlight on one player, other players are going to get a little bit of that spotlight. Make your move.
Yeah.
Do something to make people want to have you. I mean, clearly.
It's amazing how people don't understand that, Galvin.
Yeah.
It's amazing. If you work at this radio station, if you are somebody who, like Corey Cardinal is a perfect example. Corey works in promotions. Why does everybody on this radio station that listens to it know Corey's name? Because he used the opportunities to get on a show with Mike Olivero, to pop in another show, do it. You have to take advantage of the opportunities. A guy like Corey takes advantage of those opportunities. If you don't, you squander them away. There's nobody to blame but yourself. It's ridiculous.
I'm trying to find audio. Okay, I'm going to send this to you, Carmen. This is a player that has been traded, and she is now playing with the Indiana Fever. Sophie Turner. Hang on, sorry. I'm trying to do this while talking and stuff.
While you're looking that up, 800-771-1025 with the phone numbers if you want to get through, 800-771-1025. Galvin's got a brand new open letter coming up after the top of the hour. We'll get to that sometime this morning. Did you find it?
Yeah, I did. I just, I'm sorry, Sophie Cunningham, who played with Phoenix, and now she is going to be playing with the Fever, and she's going to be playing with Caitlin Clark.
Oh, her stock just went up.
And they were asking her about it. And I don't know if there's a better answer than what she gives here and how she does this and how she talks about it. By the way, she's a smoke show too.
Oh,
Carmen, if you have that,
I got it.
No, if you saw her in public, she'd be like, "Hey, now."
Yeah. I think Caitlin Clark, physically, like her looks wise, is awkward looking enough to be kind of attractive. Like I think there's something weird about it that makes her good looking.
By the way, she's been hitting the weight room. I sent
really?
Gio a picture the other day. Caitlin Clark, yeah, she's really toned up and muscle, and because when she came into the league, she was like a girl
skinny,
that was playing basketball. Now she's got arms, and you see her triceps and stuff. Take a listen to this. This is Sophie Cunningham, who is now playing with the Indiana Fever. Take a listen.
When we first played her, I just think she's had a lot of pressure
Clark
on her shoulders, and I think a lot of people, no one's walked in her footsteps, and so it's really easy to judge and to say things, but at the end of the day, we all need to empower each other and be there for each other. I think she's done a lot, not only her, but that rookie class. They've brought a lot of attention to our league, and it's needed. Like, this is what we've always wanted, and so why would we not embrace them and make sure they're good? And so when we first played them, I was like, hey, keep doing your thing. Like, you're doing a great job. If you ever need anything, reach out. And then, which is like not like me, normally I'm like, whatever. But, and then the All-Star game, we were just having fun. I mean, she was playing, I was having a good time on the sideline. And I kind of told her, I was like, hey, if you ever want to come to Phoenix, let me know. But that one kind of backfired on me. Now I'm here, which is great.
Well, she's got a good attitude.
Yeah, that was a good clip. That wasn't the one that I was initially talking about. But she literally said, Caitlin Clark, she goes, I'm here to help her win. We're going to win a championship, whatever she needs.
It only will help her.
She said it's great for the team, it's great for the league, it's great for everything because she's getting eyes on the league and then kind of do with it what you will.
Right.
If you have that attention and stuff, you could become a breakout star as well.
Yeah. So. Most of these organizations that spend all their money on one player to get that one player over there are doing it so that all the attention comes now on that team. And then you can build around that one player.
And this league doesn't have a lot of money. You know what I mean? So they have to put in some more money for one player than anybody else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what they have to do.
This is interesting. Rosie O'Donnell, who a lot of people, always make fun of and do stuff. I got to tell you, Rosie O'Donnell.
Yeah. she really stuck to her guns on this one.
Rosie O'Donnell
Good job, Rosie.
has moved to Ireland because of the political climate here in the States. Which
I don't even
said,
dislike Rosie O'Donnell. I'm just happy she stuck to her guns.
Yeah, she took her 12-year-old daughter with her. She says she might return when all citizens have equal rights, but she is one of those ones that if Trump becomes president, I'm moving out of the country and blah, blah, blah. She did it. There's
Good
not
job.
too many. Yeah, there's not too many that say it and then actually do it.
Yeah, there was the one guy from Law and Order, and then Rosie O'Donnell are the only two that I actually know about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
George Lopez didn't go back to Mexico.
No.
And a couple other
Alec
celebrities.
Baldwin.
Yeah.
All these different people. Sheryl Crow selling her Tesla.
Can I just tell you something? I love Alec Baldwin. Yeah. He's such a buffoon, but I love him. Did you see a video a couple weeks ago where the guy was in his face while he was unloading his car?
Yeah.
And he was like, if those cameras weren't on, I would snap you. That's just such a normal dude.
He
thing
was.
to say, I would break your goddamn neck.
I saw a clip the other day. It was from a little while back. It was I don't know whether it was Conan or who it was, but he was talking about it was the anniversary of Godfather, and he goes, and I'm watching this, and he goes, the great actors. He goes, Francis Ford Coppola did most of the talking, but you have Al Pacino up there, you have Robert De Niro, you have James Caan. He goes, I couldn't understand a word. He goes, James Caan started talking. He goes, hey, remember we did that thing? The other guy started laughing, whatever. And then he goes, and then Pacino's like, I remember what I said, and you did the thing. And he was so funny. He goes, and De Niro's just sitting there with his face doing this, but he said he couldn't understand anything any of them were saying.
I would you say that is one of the most interesting transformations in the history of Hollywood? Is Michael Corleone to the current Al Pacino now?
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't even see the guy in there.
Talk like this.
No.
You know what I mean?
And now he's hua.
Right.
It's so weird that it's like I can't even. Is he such a great actor, or did he just evolve so?
When you see him in interviews now, like that person's not even in there,
right?
which is
Like
weird.
I don't see it.
Yeah.
And also, you're looking at that guy and you're going, so that's what Michael Corleone looks like now? There's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
I remember seeing him on Letterman, Al Pacino, and you don't see him do a lot of talk shows. You know, he's not out there a lot. Maybe he is now, but he wasn't back then.
Yeah.
And he was sitting there, and he was sitting like all the way back and like leaning back.
Also,
And I'm like,
because he's Al Pacino.
yeah, but also like some point, but I think that's what he became.
Yeah.
Is because he would talk normal and he'd talk kind of like this, and then now he's so weird and out of it that he's just yelling weird stuff.
Do you think that comes from the movie, like from the Hua movie? Do you think he started doing that afterwards, the voice? Because remember,
or did they throw it in the movie? Was he at his trailer and he was like, "Hoo-ah, this is a good sandwich," and they were like, "Put that in the movie."
Dustin Hoffman couldn't shake Rain Man for years.
Yeah.
After Rain Man, he got up there and he's like, "Thank you, thank you." He could not shake the head tilt.
I think all these actors are weird. We want them to be the people they are in the movies. They're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think they're all kind
Some
of
are. We
weirdos.
went through the list yesterday. Ryan Reynolds is exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know,
But
who
the
I-
serious ones, I
Right.
think they're all the same off camera.
You know, I had a really uncomfortable meeting with what's his name? Andy Dufresne. Tim
Robbins.
Robbins?
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a really uncomfortable brush with him one time, and I was with Wells and he were talking to each other, and then when they shook hands and broke apart, I looked at him and I went, I love Shawshank.
Wow.
But
You know how many times a day he gets that though?
but he was Andy. He went, all right, thank you. Like he gave me the head nod
Right.
and I didn't know what to do, but I couldn't-
love Shawshank is
I
what
just
you
said,
with?
I love Shawshank. I was like 22 at the time. I was like, I love Shawshank. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what there have been a couple of celebrities where I've been around and I go, the whole time I'm like, don't say it. Don't say it. Just keep your mouth shut. Just sit here and keep your mouth shut. And thankfully, most of the time I can, but that time I could not.
Yeah.
Could not. Yeah.
You know how we always talk about like 20 years later they say, oh, this person did this to me. Well, why'd you wait 20 years? And then there's also ambiguous stuff. This is one of those ones that you're like, what are you saying? Either say it or don't say it. In the 80s, Molly Ringwald was in John Hughes movies that put her on the map. 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink,
What's
Breakfast
the best
Club.
one?
Out of 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, Breakfast Club.
Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
Breakfast Club.
Well, 16 Candles is pretty good too.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all really good. But
yeah, Pretty in Pink is not on the top of my list, but it was good. But
Yeah.
By the way, they have Breakfast Club Funko Pops.
Oh,
now.
I don't know. And you know what else? Almost Famous.
Oh, really?
Yes,
I haven't
that
seen
made
that
me
yet.
very excited. Yeah.
Is there a Golden God one where
Not
he's on
yet.
the roof?
They only have Penny Lane so far. Yeah.
Well, while their relationship didn't seem that strange to her at the time because she was younger, she now has complex feelings about it. On Monica Lewinsky's Reclaiming podcast, she said, quote, "It's peculiar.
It's a hard word to say.
Wow. It's complimentary. It always felt incredibly complimentary, but yeah, looking back on it, there was something peculiar." She added,
Between what? Between her and John Hughes?
yeah, she added, "It's definitely complex, and it's something that I turn over in my head a lot and try and figure out how that all affected me. I feel like I'm still processing all of that."
Well, why?
What are you saying?
Yeah.
I think it means that she was underage and there was creepy Hollywood dudes probably hitting on her.
But she's talking specifically about John Hughes, who really was an out of the limelight guy and not a very Hollywood guy at all. Now, he put her in a bunch of movies. Maybe he did have this weird crush on her, and maybe he was doing it, but nobody's ever said that before.
It seems like a lot of these child actors come out now and they realize, like, wait a minute, I was only 15 and he was saying a lot of inappropriate things.
But
to me.
okay,
I don't know
say
if that's
that
the case.
Right.
That's
Don't
what
be
I'm
ambiguous.
talking about. Is say that. Say yeah, he used to give me shoulder rubs and it was weird or something. Whatever. But if you're just saying it was weird and da da da, what do we? I don't know what you're talking about.
But I will give her credit for this. He has passed away, so he cannot defend himself. So if she came forward and said he was doing all these creepy things, he can't come and say, no, that wasn't the case, or this is what was actually happening.
But
So
it's worse, Carmen, because she didn't even say he did any creepy things. He's so ambiguous that it's making us think, what did he do?
Exactly. But again, she's not going to say anything because he cannot defend himself. So she's saying the way she felt, she's speaking her truth without actually oh, shut up. Jesus Christ.
I think it does take
it
does take somebody time to become an adult to realize what was actually going on.
Something was inappropriate.
But can I tell you how else I feel? Is that I feel like guys like John Hughes, I'm making this up because I don't know him, but say John Hughes was such a nerd that he doesn't realize that once he gets this a little attention from Molly Ringwald, it doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual thing, but he likes the energy that she's feeding off. He's an older guy, and,
but he was an adult.
Yeah, but then it's not sexual. It's just like he's just getting a woman to pay attention to him, and he kind of likes
not a
that.
woman, a child.
It's a female to pay attention
Right.
to him. But there's nothing. What's inappropriate about it?
We don't know because she didn't specify.
Right,
But if there was,
which is irresponsible on her part.
No, it's
she's
not.
making him look bad, even if what she's saying is not necessarily bad, but she's making him look bad by not saying it.
It would be worse if she came out and was like, he was touching me inappropriately.
No, I don't think that would be worse.
Yes, because he can't defend himself. And
Yeah, but if it's true, then she can say whatever she wants. But what she's doing right now is leading us to sit here and believe that there was something inappropriate, and
that's on you. She's saying what happened. She's saying how
she's not
felt.
saying what happened.
She's saying how she felt.
Yeah, she's saying how she felt.
But
and she's allowed to do that.
Right, but the way she is saying it, she's making it seem like he did something wrong.
But she's not saying that. All she's doing is saying how she felt in that moment, in that time, and how she feels now about the situation, now that she's older and can reflect and see that there was something off about her and his relationship.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. She's saying, yeah, I mean, she's allowed to say it.
Right.
But I think it's irresponsible. I think because now she's got all of us wondering what it was. And,
I think it would be more irresponsible for her to say what happened because, again, he's not alive to defend himself.
Maybe he didn't do anything specific.
Right.
But like the stuff that he would do in the movies made her feel uncomfortable at the time. But you're at the time, you're a 15-year-old actress and you're on top of the world because you're being put in all these huge movies.
All I'm saying is either say it or don't say it.
But maybe there's nothing there. Maybe it's just a feeling. Like he did some weird stuff.
But the majority of people think that he did weird stuff to her.
Are we passing over the fact that Monica Lewinsky has a podcast? Is that what it is?
Oh,
and that
no.
she's getting guests on the podcast?
Of course she is.
Yeah.
What is that about? What does Monica Lewinsky have to add to society?
I thought we talked about that.
Yeah, we
when it came
probably
out,
did.
yeah.
But I'm just saying, what does she have to add
but
to
it's
society?
Everyone has a podcast.
Yeah, it's women that want to speak their truth and they go on there.
That's weird. Now I think anybody that goes on Monica Lewinsky's podcast is just complaining about an old dude to try to do stuff.
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah, maybe that's
and
it.
then to be ambiguous about it. Because
It's called reclaiming.
out of all of the teenage actors that John Hughes has worked with, Molly Ringwald's the first person to ever come out and say anything. You never heard anything from Ali Sheedy or from any of those other girls.
But you also have to remember it was a different time. Those things were probably more acceptable.
No, what I'm saying is that there was more than Molly Ringwald.
Right. And
this
again,
is a guy who specialized in movies with younger
teenagers.
people. Well, I mean, he did Home Alone. He did younger people too, you know.
Right. Young people, young teenagers, child actors, right? So, but maybe he didn't have a relationship with them like he did with Molly Ringwald. Some of these predators are obsessed with one person.
Now
not
he's
all
a predator.
children.
Now he's a predator.
Yeah.
Listen, those are my words, not hers.
Carmen,
Those are my words.
Because that's what you think
Carmen?
now.
Yeah.
That's what you think now.
But maybe
because of what you're saying, you guys keep insinuating that something happened.
She insinuated.
I kept saying that this was her feelings and how she felt. I'm not yelling.
Like maybe there was nothing actually there, but it just made her feel weird.
Maybe it was just the feeling that she got.
Maybe some of the stuff he actually put in the movies made her feel weird.
No, yeah.
Like, she's showing her panties. There's things that he's writing.
Maybe he
That's
used
true.
to talk.
There was some stuff in there. Like
Then
that.
like, that's kind of weird for somebody who's 15.
Maybe he used to talk to her about alien abductions. We don't know because she didn't say.
Right.
Well, so we can sit here and speculate. So
Right.
why even open your mouth? Why say it? Either say it or don't say it.
But maybe there's nothing there that like an actual event.
But now
But
you
that's
have
why she's
everybody
on the
thinking
podcast.
that he did weird stuff.
I'm not
Although
thinking that.
I think now, but thinking about the underwear scene in 2 movies.
Yeah,
she's 2 movies had to do with her panties.
Right.
Then say that.
Yeah, but I'm saying she did say it. She said
it was kind of weird.
She said I had some kind of weird stuff. So
when you look back on it, it's kind of weird.
It seems to be it would have been a little bit more responsible to say specific things so that it doesn't.
By the
leave it
way,
open.
that's not weird at all. That was high school. That's total high school.
It is weird to have to tell an underage girl we're going to get a
Don't
close
be
up
an
of your
actress.
crotch. No, that's not a fair thing.
He's
I mean,
writing,
they have
these scenes.
Right, he's writing
and
these scenes
now with her in mind because
Listen,
and they have plenty of adults.
If I'm producing, you're showing your crotch, or you're out of this goddamn movie. Wow.
But there's plenty of adults who have played high schoolers
Yeah.
in movies. So the fact that you have a teenager playing
Right.
a high schooler and asking her to take her pants
Hey,
off.
great news. In the new movie I'm writing, I wrote another scene where you show
Right.
your panties.
yeah. I know it was a little uncomfortable in the first movie, but in the second one, we're actually going to just
No more.
also doing
Listen,
this.
no more panties in this movie. This one, you're going to put lipstick on with your boobs.
Hey, real quick, in the movie where you give the nerd your panties, there's a scene where your grandparents are going to feel you up in the hallway.
Yep.
That
Yeah.
shouldn't be too weird. Oh, you're right. There's a lot of weird
It
stuff.
kinda
I'm on
makes
her
sense.
side
The
now.
more you think about it,
Oh, come
Good job,
on.
Carmen. Good job.
Yeah.
Boo.
John Hughes, you suck, you predator.
Wow.
Mike Calta Show, good morning. Mike Calta
I
Show,
was
good
just
morning. Yes, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I was just wondering. I saw Carmen in the store the other day, and you wouldn't believe what she was doing. Made me feel so bad. But don't ask me what she was doing. Figure it out on your own.
Oh, man, you got her.
Got her.
I don't know when I'll learn my lesson. Just leave me alone.
No, do it. There's another one. Go get it.
No.
Yeah, do it. Do it again.
This one's gonna be good.
Yeah.
This one's
Mike
gonna
Calta Show, hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Y'all had a caller earlier about from a guy from Lake Placid, and I just wanted to let y'all know that's a real place. It's in Highlands County. It sounded like y'all didn't.
Yeah, no, it's near
said
Lake
something about
Wales,
being-
but I didn't think Lake Placid here in Florida. I thought Lake Placid, the other Lake.
We got it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that
Appreciate
was
it, sir.
Yep.
Thank you.
Great.
All right, Carmen, you win.
Uh,
You win 2 arguments in a row.
I don't want to win.
You're on a roll.
Gio, have you seen this? Stan Lee's sad final years were documented by his assistant.
Dude, I knew
Oh.
about this already before there's a
Right.
documentary.
Right.
How
That's
he
what you were
was
saying.
being like basically he was a slave,
Just pushed
at
around
the end
here.
of his life. The
Oh,
last
to
time
go to those appearances and stuff.
The last time I saw Stan Lee was, I think, MegaCon in Orlando, and it looked sad.
Yeah,
and
I
was
saw him there too.
I was just in the crowd, and
Yeah.
they're like wheeling him out, and I'm like, this does not feel right. And now there's a documentary about
Yeah,
it.
so now there's a documentary called Stan Lee: The Final Years, a film that was a secret until yesterday. John Bolerjack has unveiled a trailer and a Kickstarter campaign to complete the work on the project.
Yeah.
I saw him at the MegaCon 2 in Orlando. They wheeled him out and put him on the stand. Do you know that we had Stanley on the show?
Mm-hmm.
Probably Joey was born in 2006, so probably around that time, maybe a little bit later than that. And do you know how Moose got him on the show? He just called his desk. And Stanley answered the phone, hello.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's the level of fame that Stanley rose over the last 20 years.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, the Marvel movies really made him like
Put him, yeah. Well, that's what we asked him. I remember asking him, I go, are you rich now? And he was like, no. He was like, I don't own any of those characters. I created them all, but Marvel owns them all.
He was always the guy in like comic book circles, but then once, the movies started coming out and it was so mainstream, then he was like, the Messiah.
I was very impressed to see him at that MegaCon. Like when I saw him come out, I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I saw him a couple times in the last.
Not enough to pay to go meet him.
No, but I remember the last time they wheeled him out there, and you would see other videos online that he was doing all these conventions, and you would see pictures of him like doing photos of people, and it's like he was not even there.
In my mind, those guys in those late years like that are like, I'm going to try and leave as much money as I can to my kids. But I don't even know that he had kids.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems like somebody was definitely taking advantage of him with signatures and stuff. I saw the trailer for that documentary, and there's one point he's all confused, doesn't know what he has to do. He's telling some guys like, "What? I thought we did that." Or he's like, "No, you have to do this again today." And then it shows Stanley in a room, and there's just piles of stuff to sign. I mean, a room twice this size, and it's just stacked to the ceiling with stuff he's supposed to sign that he's probably not getting all that money.
Also, no, because what happens is that like my buddy Andy, who does all my framing and stuff, he does private signings like that. So they'll hire Stanley, they'll give him $25,000. And then he sits in a room for a couple hours and signs all of that stuff.
But it looks like Stanley didn't even know what was going, like what he was getting.
Had no idea what he was doing.
And I know towards the end there, a Stanley autograph was like $300-$400.
Yeah, but now there's so many of them. What are they even worth anymore?
Now, when your friend does that, Mike, does the celebrity or person have an amount they have to reach, or it's just 3 hours as much as you can get done?
I don't really know, but I think it's probably as much as you can get done. But they do it in a way where, like, especially if they're signing posters, where the guy will sit down, they'll put a whole stack of posters. He signs, they move, sign, move, sign, move. They'll just shuffle them out of the way really quick.
Because what if you pay for 3 hours, but they only get 500 pieces signed?
Yeah,
that doesn't seem like.
I think that's part of your operation is to get those things in front of them as fast as they can.
Start signing, Stan.
Yeah. I hope this documentary gets funded and it comes out because, like I said, this was like a rumor for the last couple years about him to begin with, and I saw it firsthand.
But who do you think made it? The assistant?
It was.
But the assistant who was trying to help him, or the one who was taking advantage of him?
It was the assistant that was like helping him. That was, according to him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
he's the one at least putting out this documentary and saying, "Hey, they worked this guy like a dog when he was old and had no idea what he was going on."
Apparently, this guy was responsible for getting Stan to and from, like he was his driver, his personal assistant, day-to-day stuff, where there's some other guy in the documentary who looks like was in charge of everything. I don't know who that is, but
I feel like the directors of the different movies and stuff who were probably comic book nerds and like that stuff put him in those movies as a cameo role to try and do something, make him some money, get him something, because they feel bad because he created all those characters but didn't really get any money for them.
Yeah, and they just wheel him out there. It was sad.
There is really not a famous person that we can do a story about that hasn't been on the show. We've talked to so many people over the years.
Yeah,
I watch things on TV. And I'm like, oh, I know that guy. Oh, we have that guy.
It's wild whenever there's something like that, and like 3 out of the 4 people, I'm like, they've all been on the show.
It's funny. My son recently, like the last probably year or so, he's really getting into stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
and why he's been watching everybody. And then I like, I'm like, he's been on the show, right? And he's like, really? And then he'll go look and find the stuff.
I love when I go, that guy's been in our garage, right? That's my favorite.
Do you think your son's going to try and do stand-up comedy?
No way.
No. Oh, no, not at all.
Not at all. So yeah, he just loves it.
Huh?
Like he's watched all the Gillian Keefe stuff. He loves Shane Gillis right now. He's watching. I don't know. He's really getting into stand-up comedy.
When is Bert coming on the show?
Tuesday.
So Bert's coming on the show to talk about his Vegas appearance, right, and his new special that's coming out.
Yes.
And also, they announced yesterday that November 1st, he's going to be in Orlando at the Kia Forum. Is that like their big?
That's where the Magic play.
Oh, it is,
yeah,
right?
Kia
Okay, yeah. Wow, that's great. Good for him. I'll go to that. That's on a Saturday night.
Yeah, it's Saturday night, because no Tampa show.
No Tampa show. But he was in Tampa twice.
Right. So he's doing 2 other dates. Well, 3 dates. He's doing Jacksonville, he's doing Orlando, and then down in South Florida. I think he's going to be down.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What, Estero or whatever?
Estero. Yeah, like Fort Myers area.
I think it's near Lake Placid.
My son was watching Bad Friends. I go, both of them been on the show a dozen times.
Yeah.
And he's like, really? I go, yeah.
Oh.
I go, Santino was supposed to be in here like a month ago.
That was one of the coolest things is when I went to L.A., Bobby Kelly did Santino's podcast, not the Bad Friends, but the solo one.
Yeah.
And I was hanging out in the Bad Friends studio waiting for Bobby, and I was just taking pictures of the inside the studio.
You get to be cool dad for a minute.
Well, I mean, yeah, like just to know that he's like, I was like, my son was like, oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah. Ian McKellen wants closeted gay actors to come out.
Ian McKellen, been on the show or not?
Yes.
Magneto?
No. No, the other guy has been on the show.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I know we're thinking of the same guy.
Yeah.
The other guy, the guy who was in Caligula. What is his name?
Oh, wow.
Oh, man. Yes, you do. Very famous actor. Terrence Mann.
Howard.
No, not Terrence Howard. There's Ian Malcolm McDowell.
Yes.
Malcolm McDowell, not what's this guy's name?
Ian McKellen.
Ian McKellen. Malcolm McDowell has been on the show. That's the one.
Different one. Yeah. Who is the gay actor that comes out that everyone goes, oh my
Well,
God.
he's gay.
Right.
Right? That's why that's what he's
but
saying.
But he's gay and
He
he's
is?
out. Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's gay and he's out, and he's saying he wants closeted gay actors to come out.
Listen, I've been saying that for years. It's very easy for me to say because I'm not the one that has to deal with that. But especially in sports, you look at I forgot what's the guy's name who played for the Bucks that was the only gay guy in the NFL.
Oh, Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib has been gay since the minute he started playing football. And I think part of the reason is because Carl Nassib will beat your face in if you have anything to say to him that he doesn't want to hear. But the problem is that the fact that guys in more prominent, Carl Nassib was an okay player, but the fact that more prominent players or more prominent actors don't come out, it hurts younger kids, I think, who are closeted and afraid to come out. They need those examples. They need those people who are doing that. And Carl Nassib, I think, was one of the bravest guys because he's the only gay guy in the NFL as far as the NFL is concerned.
Who do you think? So obviously John Travolta, rumors all the time, whatever. He comes out. I think it actually helps his career.
John Travolta was married for a long time until his wife died. The idea was that he joined Scientology because he was gay and he was trying to, not the idea, the rumor was that he joined Scientology because they said they can make him not gay anymore. I don't know any of that to be true. I sure would hope that if John Travolta is gay, that he is at least getting to live his life happily and not having to be closeted for his whole life, you know?
But yeah, because he's not out. If he is gay, he's not out.
But think about it now. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased because I love John Travolta, but would you care at all?
No.
Would it change anything?
People would.
I mean,
There's some people
I would
would
go, oh, Grease. Now I get it.
Yeah.
Staying Alive. Now I get it. But it wouldn't change anything.
Who is an actor right now that if they come out as gay, you'd be like, what?
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of them.
Leo. If Leo came out as gay, you'd be like, but he's banging
Well,
somebody.
that's what, is he though? Or is he just taking pictures with them?
Or is he trying to force himself? I'll get the hottest ones. That'll make me like girls.
Is Hugh Jackman gay?
No.
That's the rumor because he does musicals and stuff.
But he's been married to the same woman forever.
Yeah.
Because no gay guy has ever been married to a woman.
No, I know,
Right.
but he's there's no reason to think he's gay other than the fact that he can sing and dance.
Yeah.
You know, and that's pretty close-minded on your part.
But
if you think that makes
also
him gay.
his wife, famously not his caliber.
But if you look at him, Wolverine, compared to what he was before, they're somewhat comparable to each other. He just got in such incredible shape that, you know, he overtook the lead.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think athlete would more shock me than, like, P. Diddy being bisexual to me is shocking.
Nah.
Well, because he's
really?
because he's such a ladies' man. I mean, he went out with Jennifer Lopez and, you know, he's got all these hot chicks. Now all of a sudden you find out he's banging dudes, maybe the father from Family Matters.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff gets me all
Kind of shocking, but not really when you think about it.
Well, I mean, it's not that I can't stomach it. I
Yeah.
can't believe it. It's just in the beginning I was like, what? Get out of here. And now I'm like, oh. And then that leads me to believe, is Jay-Z bisexual? Is everybody that is anybody that was famous for going to those Diddy parties bisexual? I got to start thinking about that now.
Yeah.
And I say start thinking about it other than just out of curiosity. I don't really care either way. Like nothing's changing my. I don't really.
I think
matter.
the more as time goes on, people care less and less. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like guys like Odell Beckham that people suspect of being gay should be the ones that come out and go, "Yeah, you're damn right, I'm gay." What are you going to do about it? I'm the great wide receiver for the NFL, and I'm gay and I'm proud. Like, that's the kind of guy that's going to make young gay kids go, yeah, see, there you go. Not the ones that are, I mean, to think that in 2025, people are still afraid to come out is a little bit shocking.
Yeah, but not everybody has the same attitude as we do. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people.
Sure, but I mean, it's going to take more people to make it more. Like I always, whenever I change our logo to the Pride logo, like for Pride Month, everybody's like, "Oh, why does this have to be shoved down our throats? Why do we have to be forced to look at it?" Because you idiots don't normalize anything until you see so much of it. Then you're like, "Oh, okay," and they're like, "Well, it's not normal. It is normal. These people are just afraid to come out, and they're afraid to be who they want to be because they're worried about how idiots like you are going to react." When the truth is, what's the difference? What does it matter? Who did it affect? I saw Drew was talking about something the other day about I guess the Lightning had Pride Night, and Drew put on Facebook. He said, "Can somebody just explain to me why this would make you mad? What? I don't care if it was Irish Night. I don't care if it was Nurses Night. It doesn't matter to me at all. I don't have to pay attention to it at all."
There are a lot of people that believe that that's a wrong thing. There are people. Well, I'm just saying,
those are religious people,
right?
Yeah.
Oh, so if you grew up that way your
the
entire life,
hypocrisy right there.
Now why do I have to have that involved in my sports? That's what the thought is. I'm not saying it's me. I'm saying
I get you because it's.
Why do I have to deal with that? I just came here to watch hockey.
Yeah. Well, watch hockey and
now
ignore the rest of it.
Now you're going against my entire life's beliefs.
When they tell me this is the person of the game and we're giving this person the check, and I don't care. I don't know why. I'll clap and stand, but I don't really care who it is. Just ignore it. If you don't like it, ignore it.
This should be interesting. Wendy Williams is going to be on The View on Friday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, after dropping notes out the window.
She dropped a note that said, "Help me,"
Yeah.
and then they went and got her.
And she got a psych evaluation and apparently passed the psych evaluation.
Yeah. So she doesn't need a conservatorship anymore? Is that? I know that's
she's been saying she didn't need it at all.
Right. I know that's what she was trying to get out of a couple days ago when she was in the hospital or whatever the hell.
Well, now she's going to be on The View. By the way, if you're just got done with the psych evaluation, you had conservatorship, put them on The View. That's usually the
Live
third
TV.
step. Yeah.
She was on New York News the other day by cell phone. Did you see that?
No.
When they got her out, Rosanna Scotto on the news on Fox 5 there called her up on her cell phone and talked to her, and she was fine, and she sounded totally fine. I don't know. I think you get her on TV, talk to her for 5 minutes, she starts talking about BJ Penn's mother.
Yeah.
I think she's secretly nuts.
We'll see.
She's got a lot of money though. That's why sometimes these conservatorships.
It's true.
I texted this to you the other day. I don't know if you looked into it or not, but Billy Joel had to push his upcoming tour back 4 months due to quote medical conditions.
Yeah.
Now, is this what we already talked about, or is this more dates?
I
from
was
the
supposed
fall?
to go. I was supposed to go see him in January, and they had to change that until November because he had a medical procedure. I don't know what else he's done since then.
Well, he fell on stage, they said, and they said that he got back up and it was fine.
I saw that fall. He just slipped.
But then I think he had to go in for something else now. It says medical condition, so I don't know what's going on, but they had to push 4 months back.
Ooh.
So I don't know whether your dates were affected or not. It had
nobody's said anything yet.
Well, when I texted you, had the dates in there and the different stuff. So take a look and see whatever. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to the White House. There was a lot of speculation back and forth. They always said that they were going.
At the time that the rumor came out that they weren't going, the White House said they were never asked. Like,
they weren't even asked yet.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, so it was like a preemptive thing. And the Eagles said, we were always going to go. Like, I don't know who's saying this. People
Eagles, White House, USA.
Yeah. Eagles. You got to go to the White House.
Yeah.
You're an Eagle. Finally, in news, there is a list online of hobbies and interests that men have that they admit they have kept on the down low from their friends.
Right, let's take a break and get back. We'll get back to this. We got to do open letter, and we'll hit this list when we come back. We got to take a break because we're running we're going an hour and 20 minutes without taking a break. Right. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone. Galvin, we were about to wrap up news before we realized how late we were going.
Yeah, so there is a list online of hobbies and interests that men have that they admit they keep on the down low from their buddies. This does not give age of all the men, you know what I mean? So
this is kind of like how you guys are bugging me the other day when I was saying how much I enjoyed Boy Scouts. until I was like 15 years old, and then you clowned me.
How
for
much you
being,
enjoyed being in the Boy Scouts?
Yes.
Nah.
No, yeah, being in the Boy Scouts, being a Boy Scout.
Yes.
But that's not really this, though. This
I
is
enjoyed Boy Scouts.
interest in
I
hobbies.
got you.
No, I know, but get it. But it was almost like something in high school that I had to hide from my other friends.
Yeah.
That I didn't
You
want to know
should've.
I was a Boy Scout. Even though it taught me great survival skills and how to start a fire with no matches.
By the way, one of
Prove
the
it.
guys on Twitter said that his 8-year-old daughter is in the Brownies Girl Scouts. They go camping. He said they just had a Pinewood Derby and they do all kinds
All
of
the
stuff.
things that the Boy Scouts do.
Yeah.
Well, I would think if you're the Girl Scouts, you do what the Boy Scouts do. The Boy Scouts do what the Girl Scouts. I don't know.
All right. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that.
You did.
No, I'm saying I don't want the Girl Scouts in the Boy Scouts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
I got disqualified from the Pinewood Derby because I hid weights in the front of the car.
I was going to say, did you put weights in there?
Yeah.
The whole
son of a
idea of
bitch.
the Pinewood Derby was to see what cheating you can get away with.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
We put graphite on the axle so that it spins faster.
Yeah,
None
it
of that
was-
stuff really ever worked.
Over the weight, DQ.
Yeah.
All right, so these are hobbies and interests that men have that they admit they keep on the down low from their friends. This says stuffed animals and plushies.
Oh, definitely don't tell anybody about that.
Yeah.
If you're a grown man
I mean-
collecting stuffed animals, shut up, Carmen.
Funko Pops.
Yeah.
Same thing. You don't
Not,
cuddle with
it's
them,
not the
but-
same thing.
Literally same thing.
Same
Not
thing.
the same thing.
They're not.
Same
They're
thing.
not soft and cuddly. You don't
Yeah.
keep them in your bedroom. They're not. They're
No,
totally
you-
different.
They're dolls you put on shelves.
Yeah.
They're not dolls.
No, they're collectible figures.
You don't
Yes.
keep them in your bedroom. You put them in the garage. On prominent display.
Yeah.
I love the Funko Pops.
Thank you, Gio. Thank you
I'm
very
with you.
much.
This one says, I secretly love motivational quotes, but I'm too proud to admit it. That I have a notebook filled with my favorites.
Oh, like the cat hang in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friday's coming.
Anybody that puts those things up on Instagram usually gets me
Yeah.
annoyed. Although I do like the guy, the sign guy from New York that stands there and holds the sign up.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
his
Everyone
stuff usually,
changes.
but his stuff is usually pretty right on the mark.
Yeah. What about this? Bubble baths.
If you're gonna take a bath, you should have bubbles in it.
I'm telling you that I don't think I've taken a bath in 20 years.
Oh, I have.
I don't fit in a bath.
I have a big bathtub.
Yeah.
I have a big bathtub. It's nice and hot. It's a jacuzzi tub, which I don't really use. But the idea of just being soaking in the tub is fantastic.
I wish I have like an old school, just really little tub
Yeah.
that I take Epsom salt bath.
Yep.
And oh my God, it is.
Do you want to come in my bath?
Yes.
All right.
Please. Can I bring my little steam box?
Yeah.
Do my steam and
we
then
could do
get
the
in your-
whole day. Yeah.
Okay, deal. Do a little sauna day at your place.
I ever since I had my pool fixed and I can control it on my phone now. I can turn the heat on and all that stuff. I've been in the hot tub almost every night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
finally utilizing it.
My wife and I watch every season of Love is Blind on Netflix, and I love it.
Okay. I'm halfway there.
Yeah.
I've watched it, but most of the time it's with my eyes closed as I'm falling asleep and she's watching.
I watch that. I watch 90 Day Fiance.
Oh,
I watch all trash stuff. I,
I
like
have no problem
Vanderpump
talking about it.
Rules.
Yeah, the idea that you watch Vanderpump Rules makes me laugh.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, I know. No.
Well,
It's not
was
that
great.
it's not that it's bad or that you're any less of a. It's just so funny that is what you're attracted to.
It's
Yeah,
trash. It's
I watch-
trash TV.
I watched every episode of Glee,
Glee was great.
and I loved it.
Glee was great.
I have no regrets.
Sewing.
I mean, if you can sew, if you're sewing and you're making pot holders, that's kind of you know you want to keep that on the down
That's more
low.
crocheting.
Yeah, but you
No,
want to be able to fix a button on your
Right,
shirt.
as
If
a
you could do
man,
your
yeah.
own sewing, I think that's a skill.
I've had
That's
to
a
hem
life
my
skill.
own pants for a long time.
You
Michael.
can hem your own pants.
Yeah.
I told you that I was going to put a patch on a hat, and my wife goes, "How are you going to put it on?" I go, "I'm going to sew it on." She goes, "You can't sew it." And I go, "Of course I can sew."
I mean, who can't sew a patch on?
right.
That's easy. It's in
Just
and out.
loop, yeah, in and out, looping
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, I was like,
Pretty
well,
easy.
Got to keep the stitches at an even space.
Yeah, but
You know.
again,
Takes some skill.
Although I have to tell you, I'm thinking about it in my head, and I have sewn things on before. But what a pain in the ass that would be.
Oh, 100%. The next hats that I needed patches sewn on, I took to a place.
Yeah.
And they did it.
5 minutes.
They did it
He
so
did it
much-
once,
they
that
did
was
so-
it.
I did it to prove that I could do it.
Yeah.
They did it way better.
But if you're a guy and you can do like your hem
Yeah.
or replace a button and all that stuff, I think that's
Sure.
actually pretty good.
What about this? Baking.
Oh, you should be proud of that.
Yeah.
I don't see a problem. I mean, I don't want to do it, but I wouldn't. You know.
Like if we found out that Gio is making cupcakes with big pink swirls and stuff, we'd be like, "What's going on?"
That'd be funny. Yeah, like if he was a cake designer, that would be different than baking.
And like gorgeous stuff too.
Yeah,
like he's doing weddings and stuff on the side.
He does that hardened sugar where he
the fondant.
Yeah, no, the crystallized sugar where they make icicles and stuff.
How about this one? I enjoy listening to boy bands like Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. My friends are all into rap and auto-tune stuff, which I think is horrible.
I've got NSYNC in my playlist.
Do you?
I love One Direction.
I've got no shame there.
That was not in my wheelhouse. Like that, I was older by the
That
time
was
that
after
came out.
you.
Yeah.
Me too, but I still like it all.
That's like mid to late
I
90s.
I hear some of the stuff, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's decent. You know,
Just
whatever.
NSYNC though, not Backstreet Boys.
Oh, really?
I don't like Backstreet Boys.
You don't like One Direction, the newer bands?
Yeah, they got a couple good
I like
songs.
One Direction a lot.
But yeah, NSYNC is the best one.
Oh, interesting.
This one makes me think of Mike. I'm a 30-something white suburban dad, and I love raunchy pop music like Nicki Minaj, Taylor Swift, Katy Perry, all this different stuff. Yeah,
I'm the new hip hop Madonna. I love Doechii.
I don't mind Taylor Swift either.
I like Taylor Swift. I love Nicki Minaj. Yeah, I love it all.
I don't listen to that stuff. Like, if somebody was playing it, I would tell you. I can tell you if a song's good or not. Or if it's, I mean, not like I'm, Mr. I can tell it's a hit, whatever, but I'll hear a song and I'll go, I get why that's popular.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I played Doechii after the show yesterday, and you were like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
Like,
it.
and she's different.
Yes.
Artist.
Unusual, throws weird stuff in there,
Can
does
sing as well as rap.
but also does stuff that's cool, that's out of the pocket. You know what I mean? Like the weird stuff, whatever. And I like that. Whenever Sting said it. Sting said a great thing. He goes, I like to be surprised by music.
Yeah.
He goes, if I can tell what you're going to do, what the song's going to be, you're going to go from this chord to this chord, and now you're going to do a major lift and here, whatever. He goes, that's nothing. He goes, if you surprise me, he goes, then that gets my ear.
Right.
I'll admit it. I like romantic comedies and fruity cocktails, and I want my drink to taste good and not be like stale bread. By the way, 27 Dresses is a great movie. Great movie. 27 Dresses is a great movie, and Miami Vices are delicious on the cruise.
What is it? 27 Dresses.
The one with James Marsden and what's her name? That
Katherine Heigl.
Katherine Heigl.
Oh, she never got to the wedding or something.
She's
or
always
never
a bridesmaid.
Yeah,
never
I
the
never saw
bride.
that.
Oh,
never saw
great.
that. I do like a good fruity drink.
Sure.
The cruise is a good time to drink those drinks.
The funny thing about fruity drinks is I can make you a fruity drink that's super strong.
Right.
And the fruity, sugary stuff, whatever, is getting the alcohol in your system faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like you can make fun of it all you want. A Mai Tai is going to put you down.
When we were in New Orleans, Mike Oliveira was so
adamant.
That's all he wanted.
all he talked about was getting one of the grenades on Bourbon Street.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like self-conscious about it. And I was like, Mike, I'll
Because
get
it come in one of those long cups.
big long
big
cup
straw,
of grenade.
yeah.
I was like, Mike, I'll get one with you too, man. It's all right. He's like, we're gonna get a grenade. I'm gonna get a grenade. And he was just like, he was so set on that.
You go hide over in the corner and drink
Yeah,
it.
like it was like a bad thing, but he was gonna do it anyways. I'm like, dude, I'll get one too.
I do love a pina colada.
Oh yeah,
I do love a pina colada. Yeah.
That's too much sugar.
I mean, look, I'm not drinking them every night.
Yeah, there's a ton of sugar. But I mean, with all the different stuff that they have now, the peanut butter whiskey and the whipped cream vodka and the da-da-da-da, there's so much stuff that's unbelievable. I mean, you can drink that peanut butter whiskey just on the rocks.
Yeah.
Right.
So
good. My wife, we went to beer, bourbon, and barbecue, and my wife had a thing of bourbon, and she goes, I don't like this very much. And she goes, it's not peanut buttery enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, dude, I'm telling you right now, I don't get it with the bourbons. John Brennan had one on stage, and I go, just let me smell it real quick. And I smelled it, and it didn't smell like jet fuel like the other ones do, but it did. It didn't.
Yeah, it's not.
It is an acquired taste.
Right, but that whole burning thing and stuff, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you. What about romance novels? I know, Carmen, you read the spicy novels, but what about guys? Any guys reading romance novels?
No, but I do like if I'm reading a book and there's like a juicy sex scene in the book, I'm not going to steer away from it, you know?
I did like the Twilight movies.
The movies or the books?
I didn't read the books.
I love the Twilight movies.
Yeah, so do I.
Yeah.
Pedicures?
Uh-huh.
Huh? I'm sorry, what was that?
I don't like pedicures because I don't like people to touch my feet, but I like a manicure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm due for a manicure. Certainly before we go on the cruise, I'll get a manicure. Yeah. I'll probably
How's
get a
your
pedicure.
cloudy toe?
Oh, dude. The doctor really fixed it up good.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, he cut it down, and then he gave me some medicine, and he put it on it, and it grew out, and it's not as cloudy.
Yeah. All right. Chance of sun.
Chance of meatballs.
I build Legos, play with my cat, and watch elephant, cat, and dog videos. Oh, who doesn't love animal videos? I love animal videos.
Yeah, don't combine it with that. If you're playing Legos, though, that's a problem.
I do build Legos.
He builds Legos.
Yeah.
You have kids?
I do.
They don't do it with them.
Yeah, I do put it together with my daughter a lot. We like doing that.
That's different.
Yeah, but
Remember
I've got
the Spanish got him the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah,
And the Ghostbusters, right?
Yeah.
I've put together several Star Wars Lego sets.
By the way,
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know if there's anything that makes me happier than animals that aren't supposed to be together are together. Whenever there's a puppy and a monkey,
Oh, yeah.
or there's a duck
Yeah.
riding on the
Chicken and a
back.
puppy.
It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
It's a rabbit
I
and a
love it.
goat.
Yeah,
When you look
they're
in
not
the,
supposed to be friends.
when you look in the pen and against the hay is a sleeping chicken and a monkey or
Yeah.
a puppy and something else, it's adorable.
I'm not like playing Legos. It's like it's almost like putting together a puzzle. It really is. That's
or
what it
a
is.
model car.
Yeah.
I don't have
I got a
problem with
whole
that.
Darth Vader helmet that we put together. Me and my daughter put together.
Yeah.
And she does, and she even does most of it.
Yeah.
It's fun. I
don't
like it.
don't
We'll allow
blame,
that.
don't blame her.
Yeah.
I have the DeLorean too. It's fantastic.
Classical music.
I love classical music.
I like classical music. Although I will tell you, classical music. Anytime I listen to it, I feel like a serial killer.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
That's probably Dexter because there's a lot of
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it is.
Also,
It seems like it would be like very motivating when you're getting ready to kill.
doesn't count when I'm listening to like movie scores.
no,
yeah, that's what
different.
I was thinking.
Because that's kind of it's orchestral music.
I listen
orchestral.
to a lot of symphony music, and here's my thing though, is that I don't know what it is. Like I'm listening to it, and somebody's like, "Oh, what are you listening to? Is this Bach?" I go, "I have no idea." I just put on- Like the only thing that I could easily identify besides Mozart is Vivaldi's Four Seasons. But for the most part, I just like whatever's on because it's chill and there's no words, and I don't have to. Sometimes you're just in the mood for that.
Right.
But I do listen to it way more than you would probably think.
Lord of the Rings.
Nope.
Love it.
Into
Ouch.
Lord of the Rings.
Did you really love it?
The movies.
I couldn't get into it.
Never read the books. I remember watching the cartoon when I was a kid, but I love the movies.
I tried to watch the movie and I couldn't get through it.
I get enough of it in my Zeppelin, so I'm good. The guy from Lake Placid called, said he was working in his garden. I loved gardening whenever I was younger. My dad and I had a garden in our back in Illinois, so we would, every year we would try and plant something different. We'd have your normal stuff. We'd do tomatoes and peppers and cucumbers and stuff, and then we'd be like, let's try pumpkins, let's try this, whatever. But I would like to have a garden, and I thought about getting some of the boxes where you can do stuff. I eat so many tomatoes and onions. I should be growing my own. And cucumbers. Yeah,
And they're pretty easy.
Yeah. I
Like,
really
there's-
should do it.
Yeah, there's some places that there's just some veggies and stuff that's really easy to grow, but there's other ones that you have to maintain.
I feel like gardening is just like sewing. If you're an adult and you can do that on your own, that's a skill.
Yeah, but also I feel like I'm always saying that eventually I'll do it, and then I just go to the grocery store.
I had a gardening box built. Dino built me a box out there, and I never put anything in it.
They at Costco they have a self-watering planter box.
That's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you can just plant.
I'm sure where they have it, you can control with your phone and do everything.
Yeah.
And it's very therapeutic too.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes you feel better talking to the plants.
You should go out there and
Talking to the
clean up
plants.
that pergola.
You should talk to your plants.
Yeah, I talk
and
to the plants all the time, man.
and play a music.
You urinate on the plants.
Oh,
No,
he's
that's
getting back.
not-
I
He
urinate
says,
to
"Look
the
out!"
side.
as he's going.
Yeah.
He's
Here
getting
he
back to
comes.
him. What about cartoons?
I
Watching
mean,
cartoons.
so many primetime cartoons. It's hard to. I'm not a cartoon fan.
I'm not a cartoon fan at all. For
I
some
don't like
reason,
Family Guy. I don't like
like
South
it
Park.
seems so. They're cartoons, but they're saying bad stuff. You know what I mean? Like that's what I feel like. Anytime.
I went through a phase though where I watched South Park every week, and I was watching Family Guy. But
When
that was
South Park first
Beavis
came
and
on
Butthead.
20 years ago, I thought it was very funny. I thought the Jesus for
Yeah.
Santa Claus was one of the funniest things, but I quickly wore off on me. Beavis and Butthead were funny too for the first couple of years.
Right.
It just kind of all goes
Once
away.
I got older, I kind of grew out of it.
Yeah.
I even tried to watch. Remember when what's his name? Daniel Tosh had that cartoon that he was in that was on
Yeah.
after Tosh.0. I tried to watch that and I was just like,
A couple
Well,
years
that's
ago,
you.
Jeez.
grief.
Beavis and Butthead came back a couple years ago.
Yeah.
And I watched those episodes, and they were very funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that it's not funny. Even
Yeah.
Family Guy's funny, but I'm just, I can't get into it.
I watch kids like movies sometimes.
Yeah,
like
that's different, I think.
Despicable Me and stuff like that.
Love
Those are
Despicable
funny.
Me. Oh, boy, I got a big one coming.
No.
Oh, man.
Get it.
Boy, ran away and then came back again.
I feel like shrapnel's filling the room.
Oh, sure.
He's just saying,
By the way, he has COVID.
Yeah.
So-
Oh, come on.
He just said, "Oh, whole family's sick." I brought Juliana home yesterday, and let me just sneeze in your face.
Father's in the hospital.
Make sure you close that door, Gio, so we really get it whipping around in here. By the way, that's it. So that's some of the different stuff that guys like that they keep on the down low. Listen, if you like something, you like it. Just don't be a pussy. Who cares?
I'm trying to think, like, what if you like soap operas?
Okay. We both loved Days of Our Lives growing up.
I know, but when we were kids, but what if we were watching it now?
Okay.
Like, what if you're like, I gotta go home and watch my stories?
Yeah. And what are you going to say? You know what my reaction is? Fight me. You want to fight me?
Yeah, I'm saying it's still something that I think would catch people. Like if I told a girl,
I'm sure it would.
If I'm trying to meet a girl and she's like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "Well, I watch Days of Our Lives every day and Love Is Blind." Then I get into a little Family Guy, and then I sew and plant my plants. And those are a lot of things.
Then I bake cupcakes.
There might be some red flags.
You take a bowl
Might be
bath.
some red flags.
You know.
Good grief! What are those burgers? Look at those burgers.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you know what that is?
Are they bringing those tomorrow?
I don't know.
Oh
They were supposed to have food from Escape tomorrow.
I don't want to have anything to do with it.
What? Why not?
Are those from Escape?
Yeah.
Yes, Charlie. Oh man, that looks great.
Charlie Belcher's Fox Sartini's at the new Escape Brewing and food. What do they call it? A food lodge?
Food court,
something.
Food something.
Which my brother is part owner of and did not invite me to the grand opening.
He did.
He did.
He 100%
Texted
invited you. Yeah.
I read the text again. The text said that it was happening. It didn't say you're cordially invited.
I
He's
get all
just
my
letting you know that it's happening and you're not invited.
Yeah,
That's-
like just giving us updates. Like, hey, just a heads up, they're we're having a soft opening.
baby needs his little diaper rash tended to. He
I get
needs
all-
to be invited. Oh, sweet Mike, will you please
I
show
don't think
up?
it needs to be like that.
Yeah, I think it does.
I don't think it
It
does.
sounds like
it
that's
sounds
what you
like it does.
need.
I think you'd be a
I'll
little bit
send
more
a car to come and get
specific
you.
as to what you're saying, hey, I'm inviting all of you to the soft opening, or say not, hey, are you guys excited? It's the opening's happening soon.
I just rely on Drew from all my Escape news.
Yeah.
Drew was there.
Well, that's
Drew
why
was
he
there.
got invited.
Yeah.
Yeah, Billy the phone freak got him in.
He said it's great.
There you go. That's the list.
Yeah. I'm. Are they really bringing food tomorrow?
I think so.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Are you okay with that? Or
I'm on a diet.
you,
so
I feel like you don't want that to happen.
I don't think they deserve it.
Wait,
I don't think they deserve it.
that's your brother.
Yeah. I don't want him here. He's not coming in.
Listen,
We're still on the outs.
they're bringing food. That's all that matters.
They're bringing burgers.
I don't know what they're bringing, but they're bringing stuff. Maybe they'll bring Drew.
They've got a so what it is it's Escape Brewing was over there in Trinity, and they moved and they bought this big property across from where they were, and they built out this big food hall around it, and that means like there's a bunch of different restaurants inside the Escape Brewing now, in addition to the beer and all the other stuff. So great.
This is great.
Yeah, is it? There's a bunch of things like this guy on TV, this Matt Friend guy. You know him?
Yeah.
I don't think he's that good.
No, I don't think
And
he's good
annoying.
at all. I think he does a decent Howard Stern.
Yeah.
But a lot of people can do that.
Right. He's not doing anything that we can't all do if we try.
Yeah, and it seems like he does imitations of other people doing imitations of
Right. Like Frank Caliendo becomes the character.
Right.
When Frank Caliendo does John Madden or Morgan Freeman, he becomes that person. When Craig Gass does Al Pacino, he's Al Pacino.
Right.
This guy just does like a bad impression of other people's impressions.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it. He's in town this weekend.
He must be doing Trump right
Yeah.
now. You can tell.
Yeah.
Because nobody,
Yeah, but who can't doubt Galvin does a good Trump.
nobody
Everybody
does Trump.
Yeah, I'm not buying it.
Really, I think Shane does the best Trump.
Shane
Gillis
does a
the
great
best-
Trump.
Out of all of them, he really is the best one.
The guy on Saturday Night Live, James Austin Johnson's pretty
He
good.
does pretty
He
good.
does
Pretty good, yeah.
yeah. And the things he says just make me laugh. The way he says it is really good.
Grab
Everybody
the
does
microphone.
Yeah.
Trump, you know?
What's that?
Everybody does Trump.
Yeah.
It's not
Everybody's
hard.
got a, my favorite is people who do impressions that aren't good but think that they do it great.
Oh.
Like my Morgan Freeman. I'm always like, and everybody's like, that's Forrest Gump.
Your Jason Statham was horrible.
I was having a bad day.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
You picked the wrong noise.
It's a big little. Better.
Well,
No, shut up.
All right.
No, see, that's good. That's really good. Well, I got one up. This doesn't mean that mine wasn't good.
All right.
No, see, yours stinks too.
Decent.
Yeah, it was decent.
It was decent. You're just trying to put him down.
Actually, pretty good. Sorry. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back, it's a little late. Galvin's got a brand new open letter. We will do that next on 102.5 The Bone. Galvin?
Yes.
It is late.
It's not late because of me. Don't make it like I was putting it off.
The show runneth over today. Mostly Carmen's fault.
Probably.
What?
Yeah, you're supposed to keep us on track. Keep us on the right pace.
You're right. Let's go.
Yeah, see, that's the way I like it.
No, you don't.
Finally, we broke Carmen down to where she just agrees with whatever we say. Ladies and gentlemen, time to check in with Galvin. He has a brand new open letter.
And now, an open letter from Galvin.
This is an open letter to people that draw attention to themselves.
Like who?
Dear people that draw attention to themselves. Seriously? So last week, I went to the Dropkick Murphys show, and I saw as many guys wearing kilts as I thought I would. And boy, are my eyes tired of rolling. I knew I'd see them, but I was still amazed at how many guys were basically yelling, "Hey everyone, look how Irish I am. I'm wearing a kilt." We did a 23andMe, and I'm 98.8% Irish. I'm about as Irish as someone born outside of Ireland can be. And if you're a guy that wears a kilt, I think you're a McDouchebag. Or if you prefer, I think you're a real Fitz asshole. You're just trying to be noticed. A lot of guys have mustache. Not my thing. I'll probably never have one, but you see them all the time. Fine. But if you look like a bartender from the 20s, I pray for prohibition again. The big wind up with the wax on the end. You're an idiot and you're trying to get people to talk about your mustache. Fat lady with blue hair and big pink glasses. You know she's going to be louder than The Who in concert in London in the 70s. If you're fat and ugly, why are you trying to draw attention to yourself? Or do you think we won't notice you're a disgusting pig because you have beautiful, colorful hair? We've talked about celebrities with no eyebrows now. Lady Gaga looks like she's some sort of alien from the year 3084. Some jackwad that wears a Who Farted t-shirt. Crazy hat guy. Face tattoos. Face piercings. Eyeballs tattooed. That dude that looks like a tiger. A guy that wears an eye patch but doesn't need to. If you're doing any of these things, I hate you so much. If you're a man or a woman and you're wearing sunglasses inside, you better have a dog or a white cane. Otherwise, I am slapping those glasses off of your stupid wannabe face. But what do I know? This is all coming from a guy that always wears rock band t-shirts and once a week takes 2 minutes out of your time to tell you how much everything annoys him. I'm Galvin from the Mike Calta Show, and this has been an open letter to people that draw attention to themselves.
Okay, let's start with a kilt.
Oh, God.
What is the purpose of wearing a kilt? Like, if you didn't grow up wearing it every day of your life, you putting it on now is just for the attention.
100%.
And
Look
you want the
at me,
questions about
I'm
whether or not
Irish.
you're wearing underwear.
Oh,
I might be Scottish.
Well, so I will say this, because girls get a pass because you guys like us to dress slutty for holidays and events.
A kilt is a skirt. It's the same thing. So that's what girls wear.
Right, but I'm just saying for, St. Patty's Day, you put on a little schoolgirl skirt.
Girls get the pass. We're not talking about girls.
So that's what I'm saying. Girls get a pass. But I have to imagine some guys like to dress up too. Some just want to wear a costume, and that's the only appropriate costume for that holiday.
It's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, you could be a leprechaun.
Right.
But it's not, Carmen. You can get They have T-shirts. Guys can wear T-shirts.
Yeah.
That's not a costume.
But
I
is.
have a T-shirt that I only wear on St. Patrick's
Exactly.
Day.
Yep.
Italian.
Yep, the Italian one.
Yeah. Like I went to that concert and I wore a Boston Celtics T-shirt.
Yeah. You dressed
They're
appropriately.
from Boston, Celtics, Irish, Shamrock on it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You wearing a skirt is just because you want people to go, oh, look, he's got a skirt. I wonder if he's wearing underwear.
Sometimes the guys in the band, though, they wear the kilts.
They're
on stage.
performers.
They're performers.
Right.
They're on
Performers.
stage.
That's different.
I think that's what
That's an
people,
outfit.
people get the idea. Maybe
No, you shouldn't.
Yeah, it's like wearing the shirt of the bands of the show.
But it's also like if you go to a rock show and you see a guy and he's in leather pants and a ripped up T-shirt and he's got all the jewelry on and stuff. Oh, are you in a band too? Oh, are you? Did you play? No? Then beat it, nerd.
You do see a lot of leather pants when it's 110 degrees outside.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to tour with these guys. Okay,
My
shut
bad.
up.
Mustache guy.
Yeah.
Guy who looks like he's tying somebody to a railroad track with his mustache. That, to me, is only bad because that's what their whole identity is.
100%.
They're not Billy who works at the barbershop or Billy who works at the camera store. They're Billy with a mustache.
Right.
It takes over your whole life.
It is the exact same as having a parrot on your shoulder and going into a bar.
Yes.
Please ask me about my mustache.
What if you got it out Raleigh finger style with a little roll, you've earned something. You've got it long enough to where you're.
But you're doing it
just
so
doing
people
it for the attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I agree with that. The other thing that annoys me, which really doesn't have anything to do with your open letter, but you made me think of it. You said, "Who farted?"
Yeah.
There used to be a T-shirt that said, "Hoof-hearted, ice melted." Hoof-hearted, ice melted. Who farted? Ice melted.
Right.
That bothers me so much.
Yeah.
Like
we
when,
have to figure out.
Now it's clever.
like
Yeah.
when Moose used to say, "Have a dice nay." Oh, I wanted to kick him in the stomach. Have a dice nay.
Or that's, and I'm going to say it slowly so you understand I'm not swearing. That's knucking futs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's also bad too.
Yeah. All of that stuff.
Kissing hands and shaking babies.
Yeah. It's not rocket surgery.
No. These are all things that are
But
very
also,
stomach turning.
like you've seen, different T-shirts where, like, the first time you see them, they're like, then it's over. You can't wear that T-shirt again. And then the guy who has it 2 weeks later, you're like, you're done. You can't wear that.
I did like to say that train has sailed.
That's stupid, though. That almost works.
I say it all the time. My kids get mad, and my wife, that's so stupid. Why do you say that?
It's so stupid. It
I'm like,
almost works.
Nope, that train has sailed.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm sure I have a bunch of dumb stuff that I say too.
And I stole one from Back to the Future, but I always tell my kids, make like a tree and get out of here.
Yeah, I'm sure I got a bunch of dumb stuff I say to the kids. I'm nothing but dad jokes.
Oh, 100%.
I can't stop it. It's your man even says it's like,
You want to take a trip to Taste Coffee? Of course, you have dad jokes.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's a very
I'm a guy who likes coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't going just for the coffee. Bobby was going to be there this weekend.
I know.
And coffee.
That's another thing too. That's another thing is the guy that like has the press at home and this, and it looks like a goddamn science experiment.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, okay, coffee guy.
Well, your brother has that, right? He has the full Starbucks setup at home.
No, my brother and I have the same machine now.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know how to use
But that's
mine.
also a machine.
Right.
I'm talking about the
he's
guy
talking
that's
about
got
the
beakers.
Got to mix it in one, pour in the other,
And make
press
sure
it down.
Make sure it's copper tubing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, there's that.
There was a guy, by the way, on TV that we pointed out that was like, of course, that's what you do. Like,
Suspenders guy.
when you work in a certain industry, or you wearing, and you're like, oh, really? Is that what you do? You couldn't tell the way you're dressed.
Ooh, man, I hate a news guy. I hate a news guy from TV. I don't know him personally. I don't know what he's like, but man, him being on TV, he's the fakest. I got so mad watching him the other day.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
Not wearing a tuxedo, bow tie. I want to punch your face.
I don't mind that.
No.
Like the guy on Jeopardy last night wore a bow tie with his suit, and he looked
Because
nice.
he's smart and he's on Jeopardy. My bow tie.
He was a nuclear scientist.
Yeah, but
that is
no,
his
Gal's
job.
right.
Bow tie.
Bow
Yes,
tie.
bow
Come
tie.
on.
I don't mind the bow tie.
is the superior tie. Bow tie is look how smart I am.
Yes.
100%.
Oh, I think bow
100%.
tie is just a little different.
You might as well walk around with a lab coat on.
You think smart when you see bow tie.
That's what they're trying to appear.
It's,
They're-
it's working if you equate it with lab coat.
By the way, that's why it was so funny that Jerry Lewis did it.
Yeah.
That's why Jerry Lewis wearing the bow tie with
but
the
he
suit.
did it during Nutty Professor.
Right. And
When
it's
he
funny because
became
of,
smart.
But the whole dichotomy in that's the whole thing.
Look at Bill Nye, bow tie and lab coat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
he's
true.
He's really putting it out there.
really
Got the
smart,
double whammy.
Look how smart I am, everyone.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning.
Hey, Mike Calta messing. I love Galvin's open letter. It was funny as hell.
Did you see a lot of kilts out there at the Dropkick Murphys?
Oh, there was a lot of them I saw.
I was up in your
You know,
hood.
speaking of that, you go to concerts like metal concerts like Korn, you see a lot of them too.
Oh, yeah.
I was up in your hood yesterday. I expected to see you driving the streets of Holiday.
I was about maybe around 3 o'clock. I was heading to the Oldsmar Woodlands to see movies.
What'd you see?
Oh, don't see this one, Mickey 17. What a pile of trash that movie is.
Oh, really? It's doing very well.
What is that?
That's the one with the kid from Twilight, Robert Pattinson, where he is, it's like out in space, whatever, and he signs up to be something, I forget what it is, but they just keep on killing him over and over and over again. Yeah, and there's like duplicates of him, and then I think there's like two duplicates, and then they work together.
I think you probably didn't understand it, Miss Man.
Probably.
Now,
It was a terrible movie. A lot of people I saw, I watched, I had the same agreement with me that said it was terrible. What a pile of garbage it was.
when you go to the movies, do you buy those tickets or do you scam them like you do for concert tickets?
Mike Calta Show.
No, I don't scam. I'm on the AFC A-list. You get up to 12 movies a month for $24.
Yeah, a month or for a year?
Oh, that's right.
Per month, but not per month.
So you pay $24 a month and you can see 12 movies a month.
Yeah, up to 12 movies a month.
Pretty good. That's $2 a movie. That's pretty good.
Who's going to the movies that much?
This guy's got nothing else to do.
4 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Stuff like that, and you build up points and rewards, pretty quickly on there, too.
You get a little upgrade on the popcorn. Yeah. All right, I got to go. See you later.
By the way, when I'm writing the open letter, I go, if I can make Medicine Man laugh.
Yeah,
that's
that's your goal.
That's all I
Yeah.
Mike Calta Show, good morning.
Morning. Hey, can we add the owner of Tesla Cybertrucks to that list? Look at me.
Oh, that you mean the guys who own the truck?
I get that. I get that. But it's like
It
not
is-
now.
It's ask me about my Cybertruck.
Yeah.
It's definitely what you're going
I'm
for.
with this guy.
I think you're right on the edge though of it being a little bit more normal now.
Yeah, but it was the guys who driving around with it wanted to be noticed.
Sure.
Yeah, you got good call, sir. Good call on that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It may be a nice car and all that, but I still think they look dumb, and people who buy them want people to stare at them.
Yeah. By the way, this just in: Keith Thurman said he wanted a TikTok knockout. And that's exactly what he got against Brock Jarvis in Sydney this morning. They had it last night, this morning here. The former unified welterweight world champion in Clearwater Zone was fighting for the first time in 3 years, but needed just 3 rounds to get rid of the local boy. A left hook to the body in the third appeared to have Jarvis on his back foot, and Thurman smelled blood, landing a series of follow-up shots with the most devastating, a left uppercut, putting the 27-year-old down. After the fight, Thurman said, quote, "My love for the sport is still here, and that's what I did today, baby, to prove to the world that Keith One-Time Thurman is back in action, and anyone can get it."
Oh, good for him.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Keith Thurman. Glad to see he still got the gas in the tank.
Very nice. So still only one loss.
Yep.
To Manny Pacquiao.
To Manny Pacquiao.
To Manny
It's not
Pacquiao.
that bad.
That's it. Yeah.
And that was by decision.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, decision. I feel like the decision
Oh, you're going to give it
fights-
to the champ?
You're going to give it to the legend, I don't know. I like the fact that he's still fighting. He's a really powerful kid, and he's a great boxer, and it's good to see that he's still got a strong career going on.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to him. What do you think about the Teslas being on the White House lawn yesterday?
I thought it was funny.
I mean, I thought it was stupid. Trump sitting behind the wheel of the thing. When's the last time that guy drove a car, you think?
He said he hadn't driven a car in forever. But this Tesla was the best he ever drove.
But he didn't even drive it. He didn't even drive it.
No, and he had like copy points. You see, they got pictures. He had all the
inside
prices.
his thing,
He's
yeah.
a used car salesman on the White House
That's
lawn.
basically what's happening there. That's
So
pretty dumb.
bizarre, man.
I mean, I get it. You got to kind of help the guy who's helping us, but it is kind of weird.
Tesla's tanking, and Trump says that everybody's picking on Elon.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right. I mean, also because we're on the verge of World War III, and the tariff thing has got everybody guessing. Nobody knows what's going on.
So buy more electric cars. That should solve the problem.
Yeah, for sure. I like the idea of the Cybertruck, but I would never get one. I still think they're just too dumb looking.
Yeah, it looks like a refrigerator driving down the road.
I saw a great meme because all I get is raccoon memes now that my wife is trying to lure the raccoon into the house, and it said raccoon startled as it accidentally breaks into a Cybertruck thinking it was a dumpster. They do look a lot like dumpsters.
Yeah.
I mean, it's weird because we haven't seen a different shape in a car in the last 50 years. And this is a different shape at least, but it's just a weird shape.
But it's also, that's why that thing that was going around was so funny. It was the drawing of the truck. And it was like Elon age 8 or whatever. Because that's what it looked like when you were a kid. You're like, this is a space truck. You know?
Yeah. But he made it. He said he was going to make it, and he made it. So
by all accounts, the people that have them really like them. I sat in one the other day. I told you my lawn guy has one. And I sat in there, and he has it where you can make all the different stuff like Van Halen, like painted like Frankenstein. You know what I'm talking about? With
all the
red
screens
and white
and
and black.
stuff.
Yeah,
all
all
the
the screens and stuff. Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what happens when the batteries start going on all these electric cars, though. The battery's going to go bad eventually.
Yeah, but I mean, just like any other battery, you replace the battery.
I guess.
Yeah, but those
I'm
are
sure
expensive batteries, I'm sure.
But you own this car for 10 years and the battery goes. It's time for a new car.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes. Transmissions go and brakes go and all, well, maybe not brakes, but transmissions and engines go.
Oh, brakes go.
Yeah, but brakes you can just replace.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
All the stuff you said you can replace.
Yeah, but a transmission is
easier to replace.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to pay, if you have a 10-year-old car and you got to pay $6,000 for the transmission, you're like, forget it, let's just buy a new car.
Right.
Brakes, $300. You get new brakes. Well, I'm so glad that I have a Stingray Chevrolet car and haven't had to worry about car problems for the longest time. All right, we got to take a break. Our phone numbers, if you're not Medicine Man, you want to get through, are 800-771-1025. Maybe we'll get some calls in before the show wraps up. Can we play a game? Can we give some stuff away? Do we have enough stuff?
What do you want to play?
What do you want to play?
Mm.
I don't know. We'll think about it. We'll surprise you when we come back, Carmen.
Ooh, I know what we could do. If we have them, we have the St. Pete Country Fest Redneck Bingo.
You love Redneck Bingo.
I love it. It's my favorite game.
All right, we'll do Redneck Bingo next. It's Mike Calta. This is what is it?
1025 The Bone.
Thank you. I'm going to Orlando on Wednesday, and I gotta tell you, I think that's a pretty dumb decision.
This Wednesday?
Well, not today. A week from today.
Oh, so
Why?
You are?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm going to see the Magic.
Oh, I'm not. I'm going to Universal.
Ooh,
that's what I'm thinking. On spring break.
Oh, it's gonna be so packed.
You're going into
The only thing is, I got fast passes. So
are you?
Everyone has.
Are you the only one that has them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it won't be
what's
like
above Fast Pass.
It won't be like waiting in line.
Yes, it will.
Why?
Just
listen.
Go ahead.
We were just there, right? We went to Universal not too long ago. The show did, and luckily it wasn't that busy, so our fast passes worked. But there were still some lines that the regular lines were faster than the fast pass lines.
Really?
Because so many people buy them, thinking it. This is the trick. No one listen. Okay, I'm gonna whisper it. No, the trick is you go in the single rider line. Those just flow.
Yeah, but I can't. I got 5 people with me.
Yeah, you do not ride together.
Oh, I have to ride together. I have
Of
to ride with
course
the children.
Yeah, well, then you're going to wait in line.
Just use some of your wonderful WWE acting skills and go, I guess I'll ride with this pretty lady. Excuse me, young man, you and your sister, would you like to ride behind us?
Oh, man. Well, we are on a odd number, and I'm the odd man out because Joey's going with his girlfriend. Amanda will sit with Juliana, and I'll be sitting by myself.
Is there a concert that night as well?
Where?
Oh, yeah, who's performing?
So, because right now at Universal, it's Mardi Gras.
Oh, no.
And they have concerts every night, and people line up hours in advance to get into the concert.
I don't want to go to concerts. I don't want to. Can you look this up? Can you see if there's anything? We're going on Thursday. We leave Wednesday after the show, go to Orlando, and then on Thursday we will go to. Oh, Jesus. This sounds like this is becoming a big problem.
It's a bad idea. Yeah.
Well, it was a bad idea to go to Disney during a princess race, and that really wasn't so bad. We didn't mind that. Lines weren't that bad.
It might not be that bad.
I have the concerts here. By the way, Lawrence is going to be over there on Sunday, the 16th. They're great. But so let's see. That is the 19th. Does not look like there are any concerts. Friday, the 21st.
20th is when we'll be there.
Nothing. And then the
Okay,
21st, there's Coco
21st,
Jones.
I'm hauling ass to come back to Tampa because we play that night at the Daiquiri Shack.
Okay. If you wanted to go back, the 22nd, DJ Pauly D is going to be there.
Oh.
Gab's here.
Family's going back to 22nd to see Tyler, the Creator, on Saturday. So we got quite the events coming up this week.
Where is he? He's playing
He's at the arena.
I was going to say, yeah, because TLC is doing the Mardi Gras thing.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd go see Well, there's only two. One's dead.
Yeah, it's just TNL.
Yeah. So that's
I think it's TNC, actually.
Yeah, TC.
L is gone.
Yeah,
L is gone.
Passed.
TC.
How did L die?
A car accident.
Car accident.
She was.
Galvin said,
No, she set.
She set Andre Rison's house on fire.
Yeah, that's.
But that's not how she died.
She put all of Andre Rison's clothes in the bathtub and set it on fire, and it burnt his whole house down.
Yeah, but did you hear why? Because he was cheating on her, gave her herpes.
Oh.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I didn't know about the herpes part.
Right. That is, because again, he's the one who went and got her out of jail.
Yeah.
Oh, I would have let her burn. I would have let her stay there. If I didn't have a home to go back
He
to.
burned her, so she burned him.
Like herpes, they're together forever.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So when I was a annual pass holder at Universal,
Which I am.
for a couple years, there's a Facebook page that all the pass holders go to and stuff, and it's like the information about the parks and stuff. And the last couple days, I just sent you guys pictures. They've all been complaining that the crowds are
Look at the pictures,
so crazy. And this picture is just the security line to get into City Walk the other day.
No way.
And they're like, "What is going on?" They're like, "Well, it's spring break in the entertainment capital of the world, Orlando."
Oh my God, are you serious?
That's just to get into City Walk through security.
Oof. I'm gonna hit you with the oof. Wow's that?
I mean, that was 2 days ago, so maybe things will change.
It's all cleared up.
Wow.
Because you also have to remember, our spring breaks are different than other states' spring breaks.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
and also college spring break is happening now.
Different waves of
But it's for like the whole month.
right.
And if you're in like Northeast, it's cold. You come to Florida,
Sure.
because it's 80 degrees.
Oh, everybody comes to Florida on spring break.
Yeah.
Where do you go? Orlando. What do you want to do? Universal.
Yeah.
Who do you want to screw over? Mike Calta.
Man, take this time to express how nice Disney is this time of year. Maybe
Yeah.
go to Disney.
You might get lucky. You don't know.
Disney's for kids. We want to go and
Those,
party.
those pictures are scary.
Yeah.
That's City Walk.
Yeah. That's just the security line to get in. And because all the
I didn't even know there was security to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go through.
The big hub there by the parking garage.
Yeah, there's like a big circle, and then you have to go over the bridge to actually get into City Walk.
You know what? If you're in a hotel, you don't come. You still have to.
No, I valet.
Yeah, so
but you still have to go through that.
No, they have it at the top of the valet stairs.
Yeah, valet. It's down by the thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're the only one's going to valet, so you're good.
Oh, dude! Last time we got there, valet. Tom drove us in, or John. I don't know. Was I driving? I think I had the Sprinter. And I had my whole family in the car, and I went by the valet, and I told my brother, I go, because the valet closed. I said, you go out there with $100, and you tell that guy we're parking the valet. Sure enough, they moved the thing, and I was like, all right,
well,
that worked.
There you go.
$100 will get you anywhere.
Maybe if you give $100 at every ride entrance.
Yeah.
Smokes. I don't know that
I love Universal though.
I love Universal too. I love Disney. I love it all, but I don't want to.
It's March is the worst time to go.
Yeah,
spring break.
During spring break,
they say spring break and the holidays around Christmas time.
Ooh.
Those are your two worst times for theme parks in Orlando.
I'm not looking forward to this at all.
That new park is opening like in a month or two.
May 22nd, Epic Universe opens up.
I'm sure.
Now is that the Mario?
Yeah, it's got Mario. It's got the Universal.
It's like the Nintendo park, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think that's just the one in California. I think
it's
here.
Really? It's a remake of that, I thought.
Oh, dude, Carmen, that's the most amazing thing I've ever seen.
Really?
It's the first time I ever walked into a park and felt like I had transformed into you just walk into a different world.
Yeah, that's going to be here in like 2 months.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure
May
that'll-
22nd. I know that when they open these parks, they usually have big grand openings, but they didn't say nothing about us going over
I'm
there.
sure they're going to want us to go over there.
Probably
and
not
talk
us.
about it and try things out.
Probably not us.
What? We were just there for Hollow Scream.
Yeah, but we're not back. We're not back for Mardi Gras.
We did a great job.
Did we? Yeah. Spanish talked about rape on the
Well,
air.
that's he's gone, so no more rape talk.
Yeah.
He was also late and made the lady wait for like 20 minutes.
I don't know. I made a great video. Can I go at least?
I really want to go to that park.
I want to go too, and I want to broadcast like when they do
Yeah.
all the radio stations broadcasting. That's the most fun time.
Gio,
Gio, get it done.
do something.
Come on, Gio.
That's what you do, right?
One job.
Olivero, call me.
I don't think we're gonna have enough time to play Redneck Bingo.
No.
We don't, right?
No. So
All right, we'll
we can
save
play
it for
tomorrow.
Yeah. I just looked at the clock and I was like, oh man, sorry. Can I give something away though? I'll just randomly give something to somebody.
Yeah, of course.
All right,
You got some Universal tickets?
No.
we definitely don't.
Don't.
Mike Calta Show. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Scott, Mike.
Hi, Scott. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good.
We're
Dropped a couple calls earlier, and I'm glad you guys picked back up. I
All
appreciate
right, good. Well, you're the winner because I don't have enough time to play a game, but I did want to give something away, so I'm going to put you on hold, and you're going to be the winner.
I appreciate it. Thank
All
you,
right,
guys.
pal. Thank you. Line 1, Carmen.
Got it.
I just don't want to waste these people's time, so there you go. Tomorrow on the show, we'll do the open letter rewind in the morning, and then Cody Tucker will join us later on in the day. Do I need to know anything else for tomorrow's show or Friday's show?
No. Well, tomorrow we got a food drop.
Yeah.
Escape's coming.
Oh.
Cool. Yeah.
Why are you
I'm not putting him over.
That's your brother.
Yeah.
If my brother calls me and apologizes today, then maybe we'll talk.
If your brother calls and apologizes for inviting you to his restaurant that he opened,
And then you're not going?
Yeah.
He did not invite me. He just mentioned that they were having an opening, that he was going.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Do you think all of us think that you are the problem or your
Yes,
brother's
you think I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But you're biased against me. You have genuine dislike.
No,
secret
we
dislike.
we have experience with you. I think
might
is
be
what it
true,
is.
too,
Yeah.
yeah.
And usually when like multiple people
Right.
agree on one person.
It's usually that.
Yeah, when Bill Cosby, when the first lady came out, I go, oh, not Dr. Huck.
Yeah.
Don't compare me to Bill
Oh,
Cosby.
you're the same. You're the same.
I'm not a sweater-wearing rapist.
I've seen you wet girls' hair.
Oh, I do like a
Then
wet
you wear a
girl.
sweater.
I do like some wet hair. I'll
It's
tell you
habitual.
that. Aye. All right.
It's not a bad thing necessarily.
To be like Bill Cosby?
Yeah.
All right, Diddy.